and gentlemen, how the hell is everybody out there on Twitch, YouTube, and Asgard Facebook channel? I am Asgard DJ Chronic Chris, DJ, promoter, manager. The only thing I don't do is I don't own the station. That's Jim's title, and we love him for it. He's going to be joining us later on this afternoon. We are going for the world record of most artists interviewed in a day. And we're getting started here over in Europe, Saudi Arabia, Germany. Johnny Chadwick in Germany. JP Pander is in Switzerland. He's basically Netherlands. My bad, sorry, brother. He's basically at the North Pole. And then in a completely opposite environment, Mashari from the band Dusk, coming from Saudi Arabia. How the hell is everybody this morning? Oh shit! We also have Pharmacy in here with us, and Masiak. Oh, I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, our goal is oh shit. Hold on one second, because I thought someone was in Australia, and I guess I was wrong. I like Australia too. I mean, without Australia, we'd never have the dingo ate my baby. Oh, okay. I guess it is only Sunday in Australia. Oh, why am I getting mixed up? Why are people mixing me up? Oh. Hey, you know what? I ain't had nothing yet today except for my coffee, so. Oh, probably. Alright. Well, hell. Let's, so the goal of the day is, you know, we're going for the world record of talking to the most artists in a 12-hour period, so we're going to be here all day, sitting here hanging around. We got many artists coming in and out that we're going to be chatting with throughout the day, finding out where everybody's at and what they've been up to, any new albums coming out, any new tour information. So, yeah. How about... crap, now what is going on here? Oh, right, yeah. Oh, we gotta... Yeah. Hey, if you don't know the Doolin Banjos, can you really call yourself a weird American? Hey, and I'll tell you what, me and my wife, we moved to Kentucky about 3 years ago. And about 3 or 4 months after living here, I got bored one day, set up the amp on the back porch, and plucked out Doolin Banjos. The scary part was when I heard the response. And I thought, oh shit, honey, I think we need to start, finding a place to move soon. Well, I found out. It didn't take long for me to find out. A lot of Southerners down here, they like to say, bless your heart. Bless your heart. It didn't take long to figure out when they say bless your heart, it's a very nice way of saying you're a fucking idiot. Right. Right. Okay. Woohoo! All right. I'm trying to help. Trying to help everyone get dialed in here. Oh. Wait, no. I could have swore I just screenshotted it. There we go. Now, just trying to. Oh. Okay, bottom of phone screen. Sorry guys, I'm trying to help everyone make sure we get all dialed in and everyone can talk and hear and but shit. How about we get started? We're just gonna start in my top corner and work our way around the room here. So, Johnny, how's the hell's it going over there in Germany? Sit. Right on. All right, so new album's going to be called Good Enough to Eat. Do we get a frosted and unfrosted version? So let me ask you this, Johnny. What is one album in this world you couldn't live without? Hell yeah! I actually I've been on a Van Halen kick lately. Just ask my wife. Oh, we're right. Well, and the reason, I mean, I've always been a huge Van Halen fan, but apparently Diamond Vinny, before every show, got together and Van Halen, which was their code for just let it all hang out while you're out there doing your thing. Right on. Um, yeah. Dude, and I'll tell you what, and I've already stated, after this weekend, doing all this stuff this weekend, I think next weekend I'm taking a break from internet, period. Uh, just to kind of decompress a little bit, you know. I mean, technology, internet, social media takes so much of a hold of our lives nowadays. Sometimes I just got to decompress and go back to the 80s for a day and turn everything off. I'll tell you what, it is not easy to shut down social media for a day or two. It is not easy at all. Right. If you could sit down for dinner and pick anyone's brain over dinner, who would you want to talk to? Hannibal? I was gonna say, would you want some fava beans with the nice Chianti? All right. Anyone in the room got anything they want to ask to Johnny here? No. Don't be shy, man. And they are in love with Crosby. Hey, the world's a messed up place. All right, Johnny. Before we move around the room here, I know you got a good one. So tell us a joke, bud. Putting you on the spot, man. You know it. No, no. No, that's okay because they got a dwarf working over at the dollar store, and I just my brain, you know, I kept calling him little buddy, and finally he looks at me, he's like, little. I'm like, dude, I am so sorry, dude. I am actually friends with the Micro Wrestling Federation. I'm friends with Puppet from Jackass. I can't help it. Puppet told me I am supposed to call you guys midgets. So if you don't like it, take it up with him. Right? Or go do a midget toss or something. Fly, motherfucker, fly! All right. Hey, no. I'll tell you what. I've had a lap dance from a midget, and she can do things a normal size stripper can't. Oh yes. All right, we're gonna move over to Mashari. He's over in Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen. His band is stop, pause, shut up, Chris. Before we do that, Johnny, I need you to plug yourself. Where can we find you on social media? And don't forget to check out Johnny's Rock Corner. Really? You can't get rid of them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Johnny. Going over to Saudi Arabia with what's going on, brother? How you been? I'm trying to remember the last time we talked to you. I believe you may have had an album or something in the works. Okay. Now, how did you get how did you get started over there? Yes. Yes. Okay. One second here.
Apple Music.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Check
I
that
think
out.
today's social medias, they definitely help out a lot of musicians. I think that it was a lot harder way back in the 20, 25, 30 years ago. 20 years ago, way harder
Yeah.
without all that.
Yeah, I see, I do see a lot of like the old school bands in Saudi, and like they have a lot of they have a big fan base, but they're not using like the social media the right way, let's say, and like they're going under the radar, unfortunately.
All right.
Yeah, but
And social
that,
media is like taking over everything now. It's not
yeah,
easy.
no, but back then they were making, the bands were making more money, a lot
Oh
more
yeah,
money.
definitely. Yes.
And now everything is closed down and stopped. It's a shame. It's a shame. I know
Yeah,
it is here in Europe and Germany. It's pretty hard to get good gigs, you know. But
yeah.
no, social media is important. The only problem is that the record companies didn't go with it back then. You know,
Mm.
if they would have went with it, bands would have been more happy today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right. Who's your influence? What inspires you when you want to sit down and write music?
Well, honestly, I try to take like with every project, I try to take something different every time. But you can say it's all in one area. So like the progressive deathcore, gents type of area style, let's say. So let's say bands like Currents, Born of Osiris. They're from Texas.
Yep.
Meshuggah, obviously, Polyphia, these modern bands,
Okay. Yeah, I listen to a lot of Meshuggah and Born of Osiris a little bit
Meshuggah.
here and there. I'm pretty sure I've seen them. I know I've seen them somewhere.
I got me some Miss Sugar last night.
Yeah, but it wasn't a band.
Oh, that's
By the way, you shot
different.
Johnny. By the way, you shot Johnny, and I had to get her a towel to wipe her chin off. So,
You slide
definitely
on.
got no problem getting any sugar.
But Mashari, what's one album you can't live without?
Well, if I had to say one album, I'll have to give it one of two albums that I started listening to metal because of. So it's either the album Fallen from Evanescence or what do you call it? Metro something from Linkin Park. I forgot the name.
Okay,
Meteora?
Meteora?
Yeah, I
Meteora.
guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Linkin Park, yes. So
Right on.
it has to be one of those albums because those bands made me listen to metal and made me fall in love with this music.
Okay. And if you could sit down with anyone over dinner and pick their brain, who would you want to sit down with and talk to?
Oh man.
Come on,
So
man.
I would
I'll bring it.
like music. What? I'm not gonna give any
Come on,
crazy
man. I'll bring the
names,
beer.
but I'll say, you know what? I would love to sit down with Buckethead.
Ah, cool.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Oh,
I'd
hell
love
yeah.
to sit down with Buckethead, man.
I'd like to
Yeah.
ask him how he came up with the Atari button. That'd be
What is that? I never heard of that.
that little red button on his guitar that does the effects for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've always called it the Atari button because that's what it looks like off the Atari controller. You had the joystick and then the little red A and B buttons.
Fair enough. Dude, he's a legend.
He is. But I also would like to ask him about, because he had the KFC bucket and then I guess there was a lawsuit. So he now
There was?
covers. Yeah, and that's why he put the paper over the KFC and started writing on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've seen a few videos with the KFC bucket, and then a few ones with like just white bucket.
Yeah,
So I assumed like there might be something happening there.
yeah, there was something with it. But
Yeah. But I mean, but that's good. That's good promo for the restaurant. Why would they get upset with it? I don't understand.
that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
They want to get
hey, it's bucket it.
They want to get snaky
Oh.
get their kind of any money.
But also I've found it's hard to try to be a wholesome family company and have metal radio promote you at the same time,
Fair enough.
which sucks, you know, because we get the stigma of, oh, he's a metalhead, he's got to be violent and an asshole. And I'm sorry,
Oh, tell me about it, bro.
metalheads are some of the nicest people you will ever meet in the world.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
we have that's worse here in Saudi. Like, people think you're aggressive. People think we're Satan worshippers. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, it's the 60s right here. We're going through the 60s.
Well,
It's all love, peace, and hot dogs.
well, and for all you people out there that think Satan listens to metal, I know for a personal fact that he listens to smooth jazz. All right, well, Mashari, feel free to plug yourself. Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me under Official Dusk on every social media you can think of.
Yeah.
And you can check my album. It's called Spectrums on all musical platforms.
Alrighty.
Will do, brother.
All right. Who do we
Thanks,
have?
Johnny.
Who do we have on the iPhone? Blue.
Me, sir.
Blue shirt, headphones. That's you. Yep.
I'm much.
Oh, that's Ben. Is that Ben?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No.
Like you. Like you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
So-
man.
Ben
Yeah.
is joining us today from Australia, and I'm sorry about the mix-up there. I actually thought that they were into Monday afternoon right now, but I guess
No, man. No, it's Sunday night, 11:30. It's nearly Monday morning, actually.
okay.
Yeah, they're all coming back from church.
I gotta say it again, with everything that you guys do with music, people think it's just, oh, I can write any song, you know, I can write a bunch of it. You guys have one of the hardest jobs on the fucking planet, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that as a fan and listener. And I just wanted to be able to take a second to, let you know I acknowledge that. You know, it's nice to hear that, you know, from a listener, a fan. To acknowledge it. You guys bust your ass and put everything on the line when you're doing that. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they take you for granted. So I just want to be one to speak out and say that. I appreciate every single thing you guys do every day, and any bad or good things that's brought you this far, you know. And I appreciate it. You know, because, literally, the world is actually built, the world is actually built on music. Humanity really actually is. So, for everything you guys do, it's just so greatly appreciated.
Hell yeah.
And a lot of people, it's not an easy job. My sister has a band, and I've seen it, and it's not easy. And I know I couldn't do it. I say I couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do it. I don't know how you guys are that talented, or where you come up with your lyrics and the music you write. I have no idea how you do it. I really don't.
Determination. But so Ben, I know you guys have been recording some new tracks, getting ready for a new album. How's that coming along?
Well, it's we started recording it in late January, and it's just there's one more song that just needs a couple of minor changes, but it's basically the EP of 6 original songs is done, really.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right
It's
on.
basically done.
So, do we have a release date for it?
No, probably this month or at the latest in May. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say, most likely probably May, I think.
All right. Yeah, because we're gonna need a copy of that because we do enjoy some Fuel the Fire around here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, cool. I'll do that. Of
Uh,
course. We played our first EP, so yeah.
So, any plans for a tour with the new album?
Well, yeah, I'm seeing if we can do like a 2-week tour next year of the Midwest of the USA.
Oh, right on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's one album you can't live without?
Appetite for Destruction.
Little Guns N' Roses for you. Hell yeah.
Yeah, or that one or Bad Motorfinger by Soundgarden.
Okay. If you could sit down and pick anyone's brain over dinner, who would you want to chat with?
Chris Cornell.
Chris Cornell. Awesome.
Chris Cornell, man.
And
Great.
what inspired you to be a musician?
Well, buying my first vinyl record, Appetite for Destruction.
Oh yeah.
Hearing Welcome to the Jungle. That was my first taste of like hard rock.
Right
yeah.
on. All right, Ben. Well, feel free to plug yourself, brother. Where can we find you on social media?
Well, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on YouTube. All Fuel to Fire. Type that in and you'll get us, man. You'll get us.
And remember, folks, it is one word: Fuel, the number two, fire.
That's right, man. That's right.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ben. Let's go up
Thanks.
go up to JP. He's been sitting up there patiently. I know it's late and it's dark over there in Australia, and up there where he is, JP literally sits on the top of the world in the Netherlands.
Well, it's not kind of the top, but it's very windy here, so it feels like the top.
Very windy, very cold, I take it.
It's a nice day today, but most is rainy and shit, like England kind of weather.
Okay. Now, JP,
Rainy and windy.
what inspired you to be a musician?
Brian May from Queen.
Okay. And Brian May actually is an astrophysicist, and no one is yet to disprove one of his theories that fat bottom girls do make the world go round. So JP, you are a solo project musician. You record your own drums, you record your own keys, or your own guitar work. How does that fit in with your everyday life? I mean, it's got to be some grueling work.
Drums I program with Cubase, and the rest I do myself. Program keys, guitar I play in real time, and mix everything, do the artwork. I have a part-time job. I work in the morning, and the rest of the day I have for music.
Okay.
So it's kind of 50-50. I can combine it.
Now who inspires you? What do you think about when you sit down to write music?
Personal things I see in the world, what happens, news, gothic stuff. I like vampires. All depends on the mood I'm in. It's very here and there and everywhere.
Okay. And if you could sit down and pick anyone's brain over dinner, who would you want to talk with?
So many people. Lately I'm into Wednesday 13. I like to talk to that guy, Joseph Poole, from Wednesday 13. Yeah, it's very deep stories about horror and conspiracy theories.
And he's also one of them guitarists. Wednesday 13, he's worked with many people, so that would be a good one.
But like a lot of artists, it's too many. Everyone has their own style and their own story, so it's very hard to choose one, really.
All right. All right.
What about, if I may ask a question,
Yeah.
I'd like to ask this question to any of the musicians. When did you know, age-wise, when did you know that that's what you wanted to do? It was be in the music industry. You wanted to write music and play music and be involved in that. As a kid, do you have family that that was into it? That inspired you to get going on it? Or, like you had other musicians that really inspired some of these musicians that actually get into it and everything. But at a young age, I mean, I don't know how old everybody is and stuff, but is it when you were a kid, in the middle 20s, in high school, that you knew you wanted to get into it?
For me, it was 12, 13 years old.
Oh, yeah, great. So right from the get-go, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right. JP, feel free to plug yourself. Where can we find you on social media?
I have many projects. A lot of them I don't do anymore because I get bored of them. But the one I am really proud about it is Vampire Sanctuary. It's on Bandcamp. And that's the one I'm trying to make money with and continue with.
Okay.
So I also do a lot of side stuff, but that's not important. It's just for boredom and stuff. But Vampire Sanctuary is my main thing.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you joining us today. Yeah, we look forward to talking to you again in the future. Masiek, are you still with us?
Hello, sir. Yes. Hi, guys. I'm here.
He looks like it's cold and it sounds windy where he's at.
Yeah, exactly. It's cold because the spring season has just started, and it's windy and it's rainy. Actually, I'm walking my dogs right now, so we are on a big occupation outside of slabs and walls.
Okay, where you at in the world?
I'm based in Poland.
He's okay up in Poland. And who do you play with? I know.
So yes, I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer for two Polish metal bands. One of them is Scatter Siren, the power metal project. Actually, kind of funny because I'm 33, and last year the band finished their 30 years of existence. And so this is a kind of a power metal band with a huge tradition in Poland. And on the other hand, I have something completely different. I have another band which is called Black Star Mantra. Since October 2020 and 21 actually. I joined them a couple of months after they started, so this is a fresh and new project, but it's completely different than power metal because we play modern kind of stuff, progressive, dance, however you pronounce it. So lots of different low-key tunings and different time signature, all this kind of technical stuff. So yeah, there are two bands I'm with right now.
Okay. Now, what inspired you to want to pick up drumsticks and start playing?
Well, for me it was a weird story because when I was young, my father is a musician, and when I was young, he did not give me much of a choice. He said it's either piano or violin. So me as a boy, I decided that violin just cannot be good for me. So I decided to take a piano. Later I played the guitar But deep inside my heart, I always felt that drums are something, that I want to do, because drummers are kind of, and especially metal drummers, they have this kind of ungodly tone, like they have the speed, they have the brutality. So I always wanted to be like one of them. I don't know if you know the drummer. He's very famous in the metal world. He's Nicholas Parker. Timo Borgir, Cradle of Field, Brucheria, many other projects. He's kind of a drumming metal legend all over the world. He's from UK, I guess.
Okay. What's one album you couldn't live without?
Well, definitely, to be honest, it would be Porcupine Tree, Fear of a Blank Planet, because as a metal drummer, I don't listen too much of metal. This is a kind of a paradox, because when you play for two metal bands and you have a lot of rehearsals and a lot of, practicing heavy stuff, you don't want to listen to metal anymore. At least me, during the day I cannot listen to metal because your brain needs to take some kind of break, pause, and relax a bit. So definitely this will be Porcupine Tree, Fear of a Blank Planet. This is a prog rock. But when I heard it on the radio for the first time, my jaw just dropped, and I listened to the whole 50-second radio. There was only one song, and it's simply mind-blowing.
Alright. What's the craziest thing you've witnessed being a musician? The one thing that made you look at your bandmates and say, dude, did that really just happen?
It's not a story to be proud of, but during one concert, we were so completely fucked up, we were so drunk, and there was this stage, and me as a drummer, I was at the back, and I simply fell from the stage. I fell back. It was, I think, 1 meter. But I just, the band kept playing, and I stood up. I just put my stool back in front of the drums, and I just continued. I don't think anyone, even from the audience, realized, because this was a very, crazy party, and everyone was drunk. So I don't think anyone noticed. But yeah.
Okay.
Show must go on.
Exactly.
Yeah, show must go on, exactly. You cannot do, you fucked up, and, you just go back and do your job.
Now,
That's a lesson for the future, not to get too wasted before the show. Not anymore. Take your time.
now, if you could sit down over dinner and pick anyone through history's brain, who would you want to talk to?
First, because I heard you are asking these questions to my you spoke with previously, and first I thought maybe it would be Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree, but he's not a drummer. Actually, I think it would be Nicholas Barker, the drummer I told you about, because there are not too many interviews with him. This guy is not extroverted. He's an introvert. He's very closed. There are not with a guy like that playing for like key metal bands all over the world. You would expect that there will be lots of interviews, lots of videos, but actually if you put Nicholas Barker, you will find just a couple of interviews on YouTube and just a couple of low quality videos from Drunk Cancer or something like that. So if I could choose, I would just pick his brain, because I would like to get just inside it and just speak with this guy, what this guy has inside his head, because this information simply is not available anywhere.
Okay. And feel free to plug yourself. Where can we find you on social media?
So, of course, you can find the Polish power metal band Gutter Tyrant. You can find it on Facebook. You can find it on YouTube. Just type Gutter Tyrant. I don't think there is any kind of a band or a company like that that could be mistaken for it. So it's kind of easy to find on social media. It's Gutter Sirens. The last album, I don't play on that album. It's called Phantom Pain. And when it comes to the modern metal and the stuff that I'm playing, you can find from what it's called Black Star Mantra, and of course you can find it on Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube as well. Last album, and actually the our last release was the album called Hourglass. So it's Black Star Mantra Hourglass on YouTube. Take a listen.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Masiek, hold on, from the band Gutter Sirens. All right. Where can we find you on social media? Feel free to plug yourself.
Come again? Can you repeat, because something cut off?
Where can we find you on social media? Feel free to plug yourself.
It would be Spotify, it would be YouTube, Facebook, just Gutter Sirens or Black Star Mantra.
Anywhere you can find social media, you can find Gutter Sirens. All right, Pharmacy, are you guys with us? All right, Pharmacy, are you guys with us? We can. Pharmacy. I don't know if they can hear me. Well, yeah, I don't know if they can hear me or what's going on here. Trying to figure this out for them.
So, hey, you guys keep seeing me looking down. I just wanted to, any musician I've ever got the privilege to talk to, just certain personal things that you guys are sharing your information with. I write everything down, you know, so it's out of respect. You know what I mean? It's you guys put your whole lives into this, and out of respect, you know, hey, I'm almost 50 years old. There's no way I'm going to remember it all. I don't want to just say that, but no, it is. You know, if somebody wants to know, I go back, I check you guys out and share your information and your media information and your music. Like I said, I had the honor to be able to, the last few years, be able to meet all these different people in the music industry, and that's why I do it, as I share that stuff. So,
Thank you, brother.
it's showing that your hard work's getting paid. It pays off as far as what I do. It's anything to help, man. You know what I mean? Not only that, but anything personally. You know, everything ain't gonna be just strictly about. This is just my opinion about what you're doing directly in the world. You know, if they want to share personal things like that, you know, what do you do for fun? You know, hang out with your friends, get a girl, wife, kids, vacation, you know, stuff like that. Get to know people, you know. Yeah, you guys, you know, rock musicians, rock gods, I call them, and keep the clock ticking as far as rock and roll world goes and stuff. But you still also deserve to have a life and enjoy yourself while you're doing it, you know. So, yeah.
It really means a lot, man.
You know, constantly, you know, many years now and stuff. And, you know, I get pretty deep on that stuff because a lot of people just see it as, you know, a song or band label. And rushing the stage or crowd or whatnot, you know, and they don't realize that, you know, you're a human being too. You know, show a little respect, you know, and you guys have devoted their lives to it. This is their job, this is what they are doing, you know, and if you appreciate them, show the respect. You know, you want to help them, then go to the shows, share the music, You know, that's why that's why they can keep doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Bro.
And at a personal note, yeah, I like meeting these different people and stuff, and keep that. Sometimes keep the music world away from who the real person is. I like to know who the real person is. You know. And that's a major thing that catches my attention when I get the honor to be able to talk to any musicians out there. If I can get a chance to, get them off the side and talk with them and stuff, I like to ask them that stuff. Like, you got brothers and sisters that inspire you, that back you up, stuff like that, personal stuff. It's their choice. Their choice whether I share that information,
Like, do you do music yourself? Are you a musician? Do you play anything?
No, man. All you do is talk with a fan right now.
Yeah.
That's the honor to be able to be, on here with Chris and be able to get a chance to meet some of these musicians, and I love it, man. I was in a hard place.
I did play a kazoo until I stepped on it the other day.
But yeah, no, I love the drums. I really do. I got inspired by a band there probably 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Always listen to music, man. I watch TV and all that stuff, dude. It's always been about music. That's just the connection I had with it all. Always loved it. Got inspired by a drummer from one of the bands, Stitched Up Hard. Their drummer, Decker, I saw him in as I checked their album out and stuff, and I was like, got talking to him and stuff online, a little bit, messaging back and forth, and actually inspired me. Went right out and bought my first drum set over it. So I definitely wanted to get into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome,
man.
Up in lately, but
I was in church the other day. Don't ask what I was doing in church, and I'm still trying to figure out how it didn't burn down as I walked through the door. But I'll tell you, I'll tell you what. I found an unattended drum kit in this church, and I couldn't help myself. Woo! Dude, the only thing I actually know how to play on the drums is the Motley Crue intro that sounds like a Harley. Only
Did you
thing
actually play that?
I was sitting there in the church. Oh, finally I heard people coming and figured I better put the drumsticks down and get the hell out of there.
All I know how to play, all right, is whatever annoys the neighbors. If they're responding to it, then I must be doing something right.
All right. Hey, I'll tell you what. I got the studio here. It is wired for sound, and when I'm on Asgard Radio, the neighbors are going to listen whether they want to or not.
Oh my God.
Well, and I talk shit and say, I don't listen to my own show, but I actually do have it playing in the background just so I can make sure the listeners get the best radio experience, that all my sound is working, my music's coming through clear, you can hear me talking without hearing or in the background,
Yeah.
So,
no,
yeah.
It's super clean. Yeah.
That's the thing, listeners out there, hey, if you're a neighbor to anybody that's a musician, it doesn't matter if it's in the middle of the night, first thing in the morning or not. Whether you like the music or not, give them a chance. Go over and talk to them.
Well,
See what the music's about.
Well, and hey, I always say, when there's a song that someone's going to say, oh, no one wants to hear that, no one's going to listen to that, there is an audience for everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that a lot. People say my music sucks and it's slow, but that's just how it's meant to be.
Hey, you know what? Just because someone thinks something sucks doesn't necessarily mean it sucks. We were sitting there. Well, we were talking one day, and I brought up Tiny Tim, and someone said, "Oh, Tiny Tim fucking sucked." what sucked about Tiny Tim? Tiny Tim was doing his own thing, marching to the beat of his own drum, doing something nobody else was doing. So, I mean, he was going outside of the box doing his thing. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean there is someone out there that, you know, there's going to be someone out there that's going to listen, that's going to like it.
Oh, there's going to be, there's always going to be critics in music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's something that doesn't even, the critic is something that doesn't even play an instrument.
See, and I'll tell you what, I'm a critic of music, but I don't compare the song I just heard to a song from another band. I compare that song that I just heard to something you previously released and go off of that.
I've definitely learned that an album that somebody's created, you may not like 2 or 3 songs out of there, all right? That doesn't mean give up on it. Keep listening to it, all right? Keep playing it. So, you know, being a fan, you have a job too as far as fan base goes, is to help progress with that musician that you listen to their music. No better way to do it than to keep feeding it back to somebody else.
And think of like this. People around the world, halfway around the world, are listening to your music.
Right.
You know, I'm sitting here in the studio and I play Dusk on Asgard and I play JP stuff.
Yep.
You know, so halfway around the world, people are listening to you guys.
Well,
And that's every band for Asgard. You know, I mean, all of you guys, every band we have. There ain't no band I play that actually is within driving distance of where I live. I mean, there might be a couple down in Nashville, but I mean, other than that, everyone I deal with, everyone for Asgard, you know, they're in some other part of the world.
Yep. Well, look at me. I'm right out in the Willy Wax, man. We don't get concerts up here. Where I live in the U.S. here in Maine, I live in central Maine, and they got 3 major places in the whole state where got to be a multi-millionaire, freaking rock star, or country star to be able to play at these places. You know, well, what about the guys that are throwing festivals and stuff with 12 bands? You know what I mean? 13 bands. We want those people. You know what I mean? Them guys.
Well, see, and that's one thing I do love. Like right now, for Asgard, we are kicking off festival season with Danny Wimmer Presents. We're giving out tickets for Sonic Temple, Waiting on Word for Louder Than Life, Incarceration, Aftershock. Basically all the Danny Wimmer festivals. And they have the Space Zebra stage where the independent bands, the unheard of bands, the bands you won't hear on the radio, get their chance to audition for these festivals. And it's awesome. What they do for the independent musicians is truly, truly amazing.
That's awesome.
And there is this calls for, usually area this calls for bands opening up for other bands being. I mean, we want this. I'm involved in a large group of people that, essentially, oh man. I didn't know anything about this music world and stuff like that, you know, half a dozen years ago, and got the chance to have somebody open up the music world.
Right.
Well, and there's a lot better world going on that you don't realize. And I love the world you guys live in.
Well, and that's like later on this afternoon, I got a bunch of my bands from Chicago area coming into the chat, and a lot of these bands I wouldn't know about if I didn't work at the local venue up there, and you know, have a lot of the smaller bands come through. We had some of the bigger bands come through as well, but you know, I had the privilege to meet so many different musicians and so many different bands working at the venue that I would have never have heard anywhere else. And then when I moved to Kentucky and got away from it, it felt like something was missing, and that's why I kind of hooked up with Jim and got back into the full swing of things. Granted, it's through the internet and all this, but you know, we're still talking, we're still connected.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. Yeah.
We're still getting everybody's music out there. Speaking of getting everybody's music out there, ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite promoters, band managers. She does so much. Bands for Bands International and Legacy Entertainment. Did I get that right?
Yeah. Hi, good morning,
Ladies and
everyone.
gentlemen, the one and only Rebecca Kelly Hart.
Good morning. My cutting in and out, so I apologize. I'm trying to get all my computers up and going still at this time, so hopefully we won't lose any connection. I appreciate you all being here.
That's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been doing this with Rebecca. We are going on almost 2 years. It's probably been about a year and a half-ish. I don't have all the records in front of me to figure out how far back we've been going. But it has been a blast. Rebecca has done so much as far as getting bands and getting our network out there and shared. Because of her, we got a shout out in Bands for Band Wars on Amazon Prime. We've been getting a lot of attention up in the northwest corner of the United States. And I can give a big, huge thank you for Rebecca and her work in promoting the show, promoting the station, promoting Asgard, period, and everything we are trying to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca didn't find out until last night, but we're going to take 5 minutes real quick to interview her, since it's something we have yet to do. So, Rebecca, what made you want to start working with bands and promoting music and getting it all out there?
At a young age, my dad was actually a multi-talented person, and he would he would put me on his lap and play his guitar and sing "Daddy's Little Girl" to me. Was one of them. And I love to always, I like to be a lyricist. I'm more of a lyricist, vocalist. And I like to do choir when I was younger. And I was very fortunate at a young age to actually get connected with some very famous people like Madonna. I have very nice people that are very kind to me, that are mentors, that are very kind to reach out and give me any advice. I actually became into this industry about age 21. I auditioned to work for KRKL Radio at age 17 with a 200 people audition, and I won my position, and that's how I got into radio and started my music career.
Hell yeah.
I got the opportunity to meet her several years ago, and you'll be able to say what doesn't she know about the music industry. This woman is amazing. All right. Tell you, I've learned quite a bit from her.
See, and this is and this is about to be my 5 minute, my favorite 5 minutes, because I get to ask Rebecca all the questions I ask everybody else. You know, I honestly, folks, I never interviewed Rebecca for this position. It was just kind of me and E-Rock were doing the thing, and then E-Rock's like, I have other obligations I gotta be doing, so I can't do this no more. Here's Rebecca, here's so-and-so, here's this contact, this contact, this contact. Passed them on to me, and I said, hey Rebecca, can you find a band to interview this Sunday? A little Sunday fun day, and we've been going ever since. So...
It's a fun trip. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy the networking and the village we're created here at the Asgard Studio.
No, you have no idea. I appreciate you so much. Everything you have done. I mean, I couldn't do this without you. I I couldn't get a band lined up every single weekend without you. I mean, you do so much for me, so much for the station. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it.
That's what you guys do a lot for me by putting all my bands that never been heard. They have been struggling for years to get a platform to be heard with their music. So when I connected with Asgard, I'm like, oh, freaking awesome, perfect. Bands for Bands International is a worldwide music guild, and so I have 750,000 following. I'm a public figure.
Well, tell them, any band, if you need a format and you play rock, southern rock, metal, new metal, black metal, death metal, any of the 357 genres and subgenres of rock and metal, Asgard Radio has the platform for you. We broadcast in 80 different countries. We have approximately 30,000 listeners on any given day. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a platform for you. But, Rebecca, let me ask you this. What is one album you could not live without?
Oh.
Did we lose her? Did she freeze up? Uh-oh.
I think so.
I think she froze up on us.
Yeah.
Darn it!
When you ask the question.
Right? Why computer? Why internet? Oh, hold on. No, I gotta figure this out now.
Yeah, that's it.
You froze up on us.
This woman is so amazing, and she's knowledge in every aspect of the music industry since I met her years ago, and this, to be able to have her consider me as a friend, it's a massive honor for me to even know this woman, man. She's amazing.
Gentleman B, he said at least it froze in a good pick. How the hell are you, Gentleman B? I've seen you in there. I'm sorry, folks. I got to start paying attention to the chat because we have some viewers there. Gentleman B, DD, Sherry, she's all up on there. Who else? Ooh, we just had, we got some viewers on Facebook. Everybody out there, today is the day we are actually going for the world record, the most artists interviewed in a day. A little bit slow going, but that's okay. We're having a good time doing this. And the momentum will pick up. Rebecca, are you with us again? Oh, wait. She's coming. She's working on it.
I'm so sorry. My internet has been so problematic. I gotta turn off give me just a second. I gotta turn off the background noise.
Dad, you gotta mute one of those microphones. Because you're sounding like Jimmy 2 times. Because he says everything 2 times.
Are we on air? Hello?
Yeah, there we go. We got you now.
Okay, I am so sorry. We've had so many storms here in Washington State, and I live off of the bay, right across the street from the Everett Naval Base, and so I have a great big tower that likes to block my signals. Lovely government. So I think that's part of my problem, is what one of my internet people were looking at yesterday, and I said I really need to not have this cutting out. So I apologize, everyone. I'll try as much as I can and not disrupt the show because of my internet.
See, yeah, and Gentleman B says at least when you froze, it froze in a good pick.
Oh, that's good.
So,
sorry.
I've
got like 3 or 4 different devices I'll be switching off to. If one of them freezes up, I'll go to the next one and see if it'll connect in a little better.
All right. Well, I was wondering when you froze up, what is one album you cannot live without?
Oh, the Key album, Raven Black, the Key. Definitely the Key. And the reason why Raven Black was graciously reached out to her fans when she had a little bit of a writer's block. And I'm going to go too much into this now because Raven's going to be on later on today. So, but literally that is what inspired me a lot, because she was depressed. I was depressed, and she reached out to her fans, her Ravens rejects. I'm afterlifers. And she reached out and said, who wants to write a song? I do. So in the Key album, I actually have a song on there called In the Silence that I collaborated with Raven. It's the last song on her Key album that came out in 2019.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that right there, I know you can't see it here in the Zoom, so I'll point it at the other camera. This is the Key album, Raven Black. And you know what? I have multiple copies of this album. So,
it's a great album.
I'll tell you what. When Raven comes on later, we're going to give this copy away.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Because,
that'd be great.
Because, and I have so much Raven Black stuff. I get mystery bags from her constantly, and I have doubles and triples of everything, and I don't mind sharing. And I always say, you know, if any band out there, if they send me an album or they send me a CD, I copy it to my USB card, and 99.9% of the time, I find a listener out there that wants it. I already have it downloaded to my USB card, so let's hope I never lose the USB card and give someone an album.
Or even maybe a sneak peek at a song of the new album.
Yeah. Well, I do know she finished up the White Album and is getting ready to send that all out. Did Rebecca freeze up again, or?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I've asked her 2 questions. We got to ask. The thing about this is we got to ask a minimum of 5 questions, and now we lost her. Pharmacy. I can see them, but I can't hear them, and I don't know if they can hear us.
Can you hear me now, Jim?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, she knows videos of it. This guy kept acting like he was freezing up on the show. You go. Oh man, it's just what a wild look. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. The people I got a chance to meet, like Rebecca, just outstanding, person. I waited a while to see Rebecca get interviewed.
So, Rebecca, what's the craziest thing you've seen in this industry? The one thing that made you turn your head to your friend and be like, dude, did that just really happen?
I was at a concert, a metal concert, and I can't remember which one. I want to say it was actually yes, this is the coolest, craziest thing, is I was at Pain and Grass last year, Seattle, big festival we have here that is like, we had 500,000 guests for a 5-day event that we had here in Seattle, Washington. It was Pain and Grass. It was huge. So my coolest thing is that Gavin, hopefully, oh please come in Gavin, the lead singer from Bush, is literally on one of his songs, jumped off the stage, had 6 security teams, and literally ran through the entire crowd and gave as many as he could hug. He literally made sure he went to the handicap section and went through and ran. And it was really awesome because he kept jumping over all the barriers, and all these security people were jumping over, and he literally went all the way out to the very far reaches and came back and sang, and he gave us all he gave me a hug, and then I got to talk to him for 2 minutes. But yeah, that was probably the craziest, coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, send them the link. Tell them feel free to jump in.
And I only hear stories like that because you don't hear it a lot. Musicians do that, or seen them where a fan was in the crowd and they were pretty much getting toppled. And they stopped the concert and literally got off stage and yelled for security to help this person to get to safety. And they ended up bringing them on stage for half the concert. But you guys are up on stage. Musicians are up on stage, and some people don't realize that you guys can see everything going on most of the time. So when somebody's being an ass to somebody in the crowd, and getting out of control, put the spotlight right on them and stop them in their tracks. Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch. I watched him do it. It was a guy that was getting violent. Yeah, he stopped the whole show, man. You guys are putting on a show to have fun, not somebody get out of control and cause violence and problems.
Now, let me think. Hold on. Now, shoot. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to do too much at once here again.
Yeah, I apologize too for my distractions. I'm trying to get the links out to all the band people that were not inside of the show box, and I just did send them everyone a link. Anybody that's ready to go, Chris, can they just jump on and do their interview after mine here?
Yep.
So that's what. Okay, great. Because I just put that communication in the record box for everyone too. Those of you that are ready to come on, welcome to come on.
I know Rebecca knows so many different musicians out there. Hell, I'm just a fan and I'm already getting nervous.
Yeah, I'm always doing some kind of production of some sort. It just depends. I'm very fortunate where I live here in Washington State, because it's a really awesome hub for music and the movie industry. I do work for Polar Star Pictures too. I'm one of their management. I run their fan page, and I will be going to be actually a featured extra for the Vampire Pittance series, which is a trilogy. We will be continuing filming at the end of this year and probably beginning of 2024. We keep having a little delays. The pandemic kind of disrupted a lot of us in the entertainment industry because they closed all of our things down.
Which sucks. Yeah, that's a good one. So
you have social media pages that people can go and check out what you're doing, though, right, Rebecca?
Yes, they could go to legacyentertainment.com is my main page, or they could go to email would be frandragon44.com.
So how did COVID affect you with what you do in the industry?
Actually, for COVID, it was a big because I have so many people, and I'm constantly trying to help somebody with whatever I possibly can for any kind of resource whatsoever. So I'll go actively look for a sponsor, or I'll go actively look for an endorser. Oh, I need a prop for my stage. Can you make it? Or I do have a merch store called Dragon Designs, so I can make some merch as well.
Right.
Okay.
I gotta say myself. I
missed part of the question, Chris. Can you repeat the question?
Say what?
Yeah, COVID was good for me because it slowed all my people down. It slowed them all down because what they did is they now were locked down. So they all went into writing us brand new music. Why we have so much killer music right now. All of them are releasing it because it's endemic now. So that was why, for me, COVID was a great thing. I actually am one of the very lucky people that have the immunity for it. I've actually been tested in my blood. I have a natural immunity for it. But I used to be in nursing when I was a young adult, and I took the SARS injection, is why they think I have the immunity. SARS was a COVID-2 first stage virus vaccine that they gave us for SARS, is one that they think may have helped me cause me have an immunity now, which I have not had a virus for over 8 years.
See, and I had COVID, but I only had it for 3 days, and it was a very shitty 3 days, but we got through it. We survived. All right, cool.
A lot of people think that COVID was a good thing in their lives and all that stuff, and I feel bad for any negativity out of it. But I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't because of that, and having to isolate down. So I mean, that's all. The only thing I'd say is that out of the bad, I got good out of it.
Good question, Gentleman B. Gentleman B out there says, what's your best advice for bands trying to get out there?
Best advice for me is, what's worked for me is I originally connected up with these artists because of Facebook, and I just said, oh, this music is cool. That's exactly how I met Raven. She actually ended up inviting me to a live feed, and I checked her out, and then I started doing all of her shares. Shares are very important to musicians and giving them any kind of outlet whatsoever. So I was started doing the shares, and they ended up contacting me, and then I ended up learning how to be a producer and a promoter, and that's where I went from there.
Yes, people, share. I mean, I know you don't get the royalties like you would with record sales and stuff, but sharing your music is the best way to get it out there. Share it to social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all you kids making TikTok videos. You know, that's, I mean, good ways to get music out there for bands. So, Rebecca...
Socializing with the fans, Chris, is a big part in it, because you didn't see any of these rock musicians or any musician at all out there at a personal note socializing with their bands. It's made a major impact that I've seen in the last few years. Is band members and these musicians doing what's going on right now. You know, you guys are on here right now, you know, and giving me an honor to be able to, in a fan seat, to talk to you guys, where back in the day, no way, man. I mean, you have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars to be able to sit here and talk to you right now. And,
yeah, which...
with your fans, it makes it a deeper into your music. It makes it a fan's perspective. It makes me deeper and more interested in what you got going on with your music. When's your next song coming up, you know, and what you're doing.
Yeah, and any station, personally, if you ask me, any station that says a band has to pay to play their music, or any venue that says a band has to pay to play their music, that's bullshit for me, if you ask me. Also, personally, I can't talk now. I am not a fan of venues that take a cut of the merch. They're already getting a cut at the door. They're already making their money on their drinks and their foods. Don't try to take a cut of the band's merch. That is the band's money.
No matter what, don't pay to play. That's ridiculous.
And if you're a booker, do not take 75% or 80 or above percentage and then give the bands nothing. I literally have an issue right now in Washington State where I have bookers that are the in-house bookers that hold the calendar only, that now are decided, oh, we're going to be the all around booker here for everybody, and take all the service fees and also take a percentage, a big cut of the door. And I'm like, I don't like that. I want everybody to have the pie.
Hold on, I'm still listening. I just got to step away for a moment.
You're good, Chris. No worries. We have a whole bunch of questions in the chat box, so I apologize that I'm a little distracted. I want to make sure everybody gets their questions. in here. Apparently, some of them they didn't get the schedule. You printed it out, but some of them missed it, so they're very confused on what time they're supposed to come in at. So I just told everybody that's ready to come on now, and I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible in the chat here.
And I've heard in the past certain bands are going to play at the end of the night. I mean, especially if they're a featured band with a couple other bands open up for them, and the club try to cut money off them and try to back out of the original agreement at the end of the night, and then stuff like that. It just plain and blunt, that really pisses me off at a fan's perspective. Because a lot of the fans in that club didn't know that was going on. That's not good business. Good business as you're going on. I
have some really good venues that are really awesome up here that don't even charge you. They got the bigger picture during the pandemic because we went to curbside service, and then they literally realized I can't do this business without the bands. They're my product. They're the ones that bring the people for me. And so the clubs that actually got the reality of that give you free at the door, and they just take the money from their food and their drinks, and they give you 100% of the door.
Right.
Tony V's Garage here in Everett is the main one that's really good to do that. He's a huge support of the industry. There's quite a few others that I can mention, but I definitely Tony V's Garage. Tony V Garage was also a very big supporter. He was a co-producer with myself by giving funding to the Band Wars, by giving them a location that they could do filming in. If you go to Band Wars series, you'll see that that bar isn't a lot. There's a trike race in there where he actually is like the referee. There's a lot of things. We do the Steve-O games at the Tony V's. There's many little stunts that we did at Tony V's Garage in Everett, Washington.
No, right. That'll give you a little taste right there. This woman is very, very much in line with this music industry, and it amazes me. It really does. I'm always learning.
Rebecca, I think we need your help in Saudi. Because we lack everything you're talking about. We don't have it here now. We need your expertise here.
Sorry.
I said we might need your expertise here in Saudi, because everything you guys are talking about the venues and like keeping 100% for the band and all that, we're still struggling with that. We're still struggling with like having venues.
To the step we're still in. To reach out to me after the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a learning process every day for me. Every day I learn, every minute of the day of this industry, I learn something new. What to do, what do not do. And usually if you try to network with everybody, work really well and be more for the whole and not the one philosophy, it seems like it works a lot better because you get more people working with you. I'm also a member of NAMM, which is a great big musical thing here in America.
Which is coming up in a few short weeks.
April 13th to the 18th.
Yep.
I believe.
That would be 2 weeks away then.
Yeah, it's coming up very quickly, and one of the other members, main renowned guy, will be on here later, which will be Peter Sermon, guitarist for Prince, very renowned musician, very renowned composer, and he'll be on later on this today too.
See, and I'll tell you what, a couple weeks ago, I love having Peter on the show. A couple weeks ago, we were talking to Peter, and he was kind of just walking around his studio, and hanging on his wall, I caught a very quick glimpse of a very distinctive guitar. And it was just half a second. He's like, how did you see that? I seen. So when Prince decided to change his name and he had that symbol, he actually had a guitar in the shape of that symbol made up for him. He played that guitar during his Super Bowl halftime show. That guitar is hanging up in Peter's studio. And I'm like, dude, stop, back up, take 2 steps back. Where did you get that? And what? How? Just how? And he's like, oh, well, Prince. And he's so just humble about it. He's like, oh, yeah, Prince gave it to me. Like, it's no big deal. I'm like, dude, if I'm sorry, if Prince gave me a guitar, that would be behind me every show, every episode. I mean,
Yeah, he's definitely one of those great guys. They're the massive NBA. There's another guy I get that opportunity to Rebecca to be able to introduce me to, man. And big fans of these guys. They're doing things I've never seen before. You know, and just they're amazing people. I get excited, sorry, but I get way excited over the guys, man. It's big time. They're just a big symbol in the music industry for me. So,
that's okay. Since
when you say rock dogs, these guys are freaking literally way up here on the mountain. They make Mount Olympus look like it's tiny.
All right. Well, here's another fun part. Something a little impromptu. And I didn't even think about it until last night, and I figured I'm going to surprise him with it today. Before we go on with the more fun stuff, Rebecca, plug yourself. Where can we find you on social media? And I think she froze up again. You know, at least she's freezing up in good pictures, like Gentleman B said.
Oh, wait a minute. She's right here.
Wait, she's back.
I'm so sorry. We're going to get through this interview.
It's okay. Plug yourself. Where can we find you on social media?
Okay, you can find me in numerous places, but the most
All
best
over?
places to reach me either through personal Facebook Messenger is the best one because I have so many people. I get the instant bubble because I literally get several hundred people deep in my emails for trying to get me to do specific help resources. So you can find me on legacyentertainment.com, and then you could also, like I said, the main way would be to go through and request me on Messenger. Now that I'm a public figure, I'm allowed to go past the 5,000 people.
Woohoo!
That's a great perk about being a public figure. I always wondered, how do all these people get past the 5,000? Well, I somehow met some kind of criteria. Facebook said, would you like to be a public figure? Sure, okay. So I like that. That's kind of helpful. They give you a little monetary thing that you go in and activate for dollars and sponsorship and all sorts of neat money things when you become a public figure.
Right on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're doing here today, we're live, so every now and again I'm going to reiterate what we're doing here today. We are going for the world record of most interviews in a day televised, since we're on Twitch TV and we're on YouTube TV and we're also live on Facebook on the Asgard page. And we are talking to anybody and everybody that's in the music industry. I don't care if you're the front man for the band Dusk or you're a bus driver for the Slap Happy Skinny Dippers. If you're somehow in the music industry, we want to talk to you today. With that being said, Heath, how the hell did you end up driving a tour bus for the Slap Happy Skinny Dippers?
I don't know. Hey, it was actually a miracle, man. It's a long story. I'll cut it down, but I was. Everybody has their own life story. Everybody's got their own story of how they all come about, man. And I was alone by myself, man, and happened to have the honor of meeting one of the musicians, and told me about all these social medias and stuff that they were a part of. And so when I got on there and checked it all out, man, a whole new world opened up. Like I call it the music world. It's definitely the bread and butter of my life, anyways. That's what you want to call it.
Hey, and like I've said before, once you're in the metal community, the music community, you're family. You know, I mean,
it's not a joke, for one. And there's a time to play, joke around. There's time to to work, basically, or put 2 feet in.
Right.
And
well, and
people and just You don't find musician bands out there, and the way I word it is taking a redneck nobody, that was having problems, playing about addiction problems. I was by myself, and man, they literally showed me a whole new world where the musicians out there don't just care about the music or how much money they're getting paid to have a gig or anything. They literally help with their music, get me back on my feet, sobered me the hell out, showed me a whole other world, and took me in as family, this band did, this group of people, and changed me completely. I mean, 200% changed me, and it's just, I'm lost for words over it, man. It get to the point that it's emotional, man, because it's that deep. Because I didn't have anybody since I was 15. We're talking living in dugouts, baseball dugouts in the middle of winter. I was doing.
Right. And so.
Musician out there, they respect because what you do every day, you don't realize how much you can actually change somebody's life. So when you think that things are going bad in the music industry, don't give up, please. All right, please don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Right.
There's somebody out there listening to your music, you'll change them for the better.
Exactly, and Corey Taylor said it best. He was doing a show, and people are always saying, "Dude, you saved me," and he's like, "No, you people saved me." And it is a two-way street. I mean, the musicians can help the fans with their lyrics and just that song that really grabs them and means something to them. And at the same time, us fans, we're helping the musicians by supporting them and buying their merch, buying their albums, playing their music, requesting airplay, all that stuff. It helps the musicians as well as the musicians are helping the fans.
Oh, yeah.
So
we're right outside the music of the industry. I mean, and they brought me into it, and it was at a personal level. With what they were doing, I don't know how they can, how you guys do it, how you guys do it all. I really don't know. But outside of the music world, man, they help me, and they include me. These people have literally brought me into the family, and that word, that's not just a word. I literally branded myself to prove my worth and put 2 feet into these people, and I always will. I didn't have anybody or anything. That's why I'm so passionate about all these musicians that I get an opportunity to talk to, like guys on here. I probably have a massive high respect level in what you guys do, the good and the bad, and I'm grateful that you've gone through it, and keep pushing every single day, even though that sometimes it's probably something you might just want to stop doing it and give up. It upsets you. It's like, don't, please don't. Please don't do that. Keep pushing yourself. Push yourself past the limits, and keep doing what you're doing. Because you're changing somebody. You're changing somebody for the better out there. With everything that you musicians do, every single day. It changed my life completely. I went to go to a show, and I get a phone call a couple days, a day and a half before I'm going to the show, and what are you doing? I said, get ready. I'm all ready to come down and see you guys and go to your show. Real excited. That's one of the first, probably the first second rock concert I ever gone to in my whole life. And my sister, she, lead singer, she had to say, well, no, you're not coming to the show. I said, no, which I just, hey, I just about broke right there. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And how would you like to help us out drive a tour bus for us? And yeah, I did everything but follow my face on the floor right then and there. Cartwheels, man. I was on the table, let's put it that way, with excitement. My old lady got real mad. She said, you gotta get off the table.
Do you still drive the tour bus for them, Heath? Do you still drive the tour bus for the substance?
No, I haven't in quite a while, but I'm hoping this season.
Well, they haven't been on tour for a while. I keep telling them that they come to Washington State, they got to bring you. It's a must. It's really important that they bring you if they come to Washington State.
Oh,
That's where I am.
They know all they have to do is say the word and listen. I've got 2 feet in my heart and soul wrote to them instantly. There's nothing that would ever stand above them ever in my life. Never. And they said the word, then I travel the world with them instantly. I don't care if it's carrying weapons, I don't care
I
if
haven't
it's just
checked out.
So
I
now,
haven't. Go ahead, Jess.
I was gonna say, Heath. So you drove around for a little bit for them. What's the craziest thing you seen? The one thing that made you look at the drummer and be like, "Dude, did that shit really just happen?" What's the craziest thing you seen? The one thing that made you look at the drummer.
Literally, to be able to look at the drummer and say that, I'd have to say, I thought the building was going to fall down as of, like I told him, it's like a thunder god coming in and just shaking. It's like an earthquake, man. I don't really know what to experience that myself, but it's only I've been there. I was literally putting my hands on the building, and it was literally, I thought it was going to come down. And it went some cheesy building up like that, I didn't want to say it. It was amazing, dude. Like, hey, did that really just happen at this show? It literally was shaking the building, dude. It was amazing. I don't know how it was more than amazing. I just don't know how to word it.
Oh yeah. All right, folks. We're trying to get more people in here, but it's still early on a Sunday, and I did get a little confused with what time it is in other parts of the world. Apparently, it's not as late in the day as I thought it was in Australia, and but we're working with it. We're gonna keep going here, and hopefully
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
get.
messaging all the people that are in the box. I believe I was communicating just a little bit ago. When Ben Albert asked a question, and I told him to go ahead and jump on with us. Ben Albert's from Australia.
Ben Albert's already done been here.
Oh, he had. Okay, I'm sorry, I was delayed. That's great. Yay, Ben.
And that's where I had the confusion, because I actually thought it was Monday morning in Australia. But apparently it's only like almost midnight.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit later, but oops. I'm gonna actually have to get like, I done said I need like 6 or 7 clocks on the wall right in front of me that say United States, London, Scotland, Australia, clocks for around the world, so I know.
Yes, definitely. Me too. I need those clocks. I get so freaking confused.
And I know, like,
I think that's part of our guest.
I know between
times, and so they're trying to figure out what time.
Well, I know from England to Saudi Arabia, it's between 6 and 8 hours, depending on where you're at.
Well, it's like 5:40 right now here in Saudi.
Yep, you're 8 hours difference from us, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when we're just getting ready to go to work, you guys are just getting off work.
Probably, yeah. Like finishing the day.
I'd love to come to your country someday, Saudi Arabia. I've always wanted to come to Saudi Arabia.
Come by. Now's the time, because everything with the tourism and everything that's happening, and it's opening up. So now it's the time to come if you really want to come.
Hell yeah. Really, where I want to go is Abu Dubai. I want to see the Burj Khalifa.
Oh, Dubai? Well, it's like 1 hour and a half in plane next to us.
Okay.
From Saudi.
Because apparently you can take the Burj Khalifa, and if it lays down, it can lay flat across. There's a country in the world it can lay across and like literally touch one end of the country to the other.
I think a few countries, not just one, I think a few actually, like
All right,
From the
jumping in.
smaller ones.
Jumping in over here, ladies and gentlemen. A guy that holds a special place in my heart. Not only is he from my home state of Iowa, right along the Mississippi River in Burlington, a very talented musician who does more than just be a musician for musicians. He has started a business where he rents equipment to musicians that can't afford it. So, Gentleman B, what the hell is up? How the hell are you? And tell us more about this studio you're building.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh, I'm just checking in with you here, you know. I'm doing good, dude. Keeping busy, especially since I got this store open. I just been up here trying to resituate. I got a bunch of new equipment in, man. So I'm trying to reorganize and redo the store before I open.
Ooh, what a beautiful guitar. Wow, look at that.
Ooh, that is nice.
That's
So,
I gotta say,
So-
Gentleman B, big fan of your guitar, man. You're an amazing musician.
yeah, since I seen you were opening this store, I wanted more details. Now, are you selling instruments? Are you renting instruments? Are you giving lessons? What all are you doing with the store?
Everything but the rental. We don't really do a bunch of any rentals or anything yet. But it's used, very little new stuff. You know, we swap and trade and buy and sell. That kind of stuff. I ship all over, man. I've been shipping to Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Minnesota, everywhere.
That's so nice.
Ooh, nice.
But we
Very
do
beautiful.
everything from high level to intermediate stuff. Rogue basses and epi Les Pauls, and I like the vintage stuff.
Hey,
Right.
there you go, a Dean Lightning strap. A Dean Dime
there you go.
Lightning.
Oh man, you'd be seeing this is right here's my kind of bread and butter right now. Is I find things, I totally redo them, break them down.
Oh, you're doing guitar restoration too.
Yeah, I do that as well. This is a Dean.
Oh hell, that is beautiful.
Well, it will be.
No, I'm sorry. I'm kind of biased towards Dean only because, Dime was one of my favorite guitarists of all time, so I'm Dean and Washburn.
Oh yeah, well, everybody's got to have a vice, I suppose.
Right.
I found a Flavanova
Oh, nice.
and two record players. There's a TV from the waybacks.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we got. Then we have a lot of memorabilia too.
Oh, nice.
Whoa, those are nice.
It's all signed.
Wait a minute. Why do you got a poster of my ex-wife when you're up there?
She signed it and gave it to him, man.
Well, she's.
I don't know if you're on there, but we're talking about that.
So, let me ask, what was the inspiration behind all of this?
Well, man, since I had to quit working and everything, and I had to come off tour, and I started trading instruments out of my house, and giving lessons out of my house and stuff, and recording out of the house, and I got tired of people coming to my house. And then at the same time, I always wanted a venue to do singer-songwriter type stuff at the very least. So, I got a live stage back here. I kind of got stuff moved around because I'm rearranging for the new equipment. But I got a live stage back here and everything, and then up front. Yeah, them Pro Strikes are really nice, man, especially when you're recording. But then I got
I can trade the new truck. That's about all I can trade.
the recording desk up front.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
So it is a full-on music store, recording studio, possible venue.
Yeah, and we hope to go into live podcast. The venue stuff is going to be kind of like MTV Unplugged. That's why I got the electric drum set.
Okay.
Cool.
And so we can do breakdowns. I'll have to. If you go on my page, Studio Live, you can see we did a live jam last Sunday. We do one at the end of the Sunday, every Sunday of the month, last Sunday of the month, and the first one was last Sunday, man. We had BK come in. He's endorsed by Steinway Pianos. He tours for them.
Okay.
But he came in and jammed all night. Oh man, that boy is good, dude. He can play, but this whole lot is all going to be open this summer for outdoor stuff.
Oh, nice.
Too.
And
So-
don't tell Slider, but speaking of Unplugged, I was actually watching a weird history documentary on Nirvana's Unplugged session.
Yeah.
Which come to find out, they weren't unplugged.
Right. They weren't. Kind of, yeah, they weren't.
I always had my suspicions about it due to the intro of The Man Who Sold the World. You hear that effects, and I'm like, no way that's coming out of the acoustic. And then I watched the video, and yep, his amp was actually hidden as a stage prop.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, but don't tell Slider.
Yeah, don't tell Slider I was watching Nirvana.
We have a really awesome record store here in town, Weird Harold, so we try not to compete with the other local guys, that've been here for years. So the only records I keep are American pressed originals, nothing re-released, nothing like that,
Okay.
Or if they're special, like the green vinyls and stuff,
Oh, right on.
we'll keep those, and then of course anything signed. Here's our find. You ever heard of them?
Shiva's Headband. It sounds, it's ringing a bell, but I can't find where the dinging's coming from.
You've got to listen to them, man. They're out of the ordinary, but once you settle in and give them a chance, it's like, man, I kind of dig these dudes.
Oh, I love the out of the ordinary.
I'm talking front porch picking, full Congo band kind of thing. It's cool.
Okay.
But then we have our local artist. It's still growing. We've only been open a couple weeks, so we have a local artist with, t-shirts and stuff. We're hoping to expand on as well.
Right on.
Do you have a website by any chance? You guys ship out of the country?
I will ship out of country. I just haven't yet because of costs, man. Shipping costs are extremely stupid.
Especially when you're getting over into Europe. Speaking of, JP, I do have your stuff in an envelope. It's by my front door. I've been meaning to grab it and get it over to the post office. I will do that this week. But yeah, I know I've received some stuff from Spain a while back, and I think it cost them like $25 to ship me a CD.
Damn. You mean the flag you wanted to send?
Yep. I got the flag, and I'm throwing in some stickers and just a few other American trinkets.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem, bud.
I need to ship you a box of all my extra stuff that I have Chris, so when you do these giveaways, you can give it to all of our guests.
Is that a BC Rich?
Ooh.
I can tell that body style anywhere. I fucking love the Warlock.
That's the platinum.
That's the platinum?
Yes, I would take anything you got. We would definitely. We definitely promote artists in here as much as we can.
Hell yeah. Speaking of vinyl, dude, I just made a huge my box went from half full to pretty much I need to get a second box. Guy I work with he called me up a couple weeks ago and he's like, man, I'm about to take all this vinyl to the pawn shop. You know, I'm wondering if you want anything first. So I gave the kid $20 in a joint and got a stack of records.
Oh man, those, and they're making a comeback, dude. I mean, I've always enjoyed them, but people are actually getting back into them hardcore.
Right, but I like you. I like the original, you know, from the 70s, from the 80s vinyl. I don't want to buy the reprints from Walmart that are overpriced and
they don't sound the same.
It don't have that scratch to it.
Right. Anybody need a giant gong stand? I found this band Rosewood Gong Stand.
I might know somebody. I was just gonna say, do you got a gong to go with it?
No, I've been looking for a gong. I just come across the stand. My wife macrame's a bunch of stuff, man, and she's been getting into the music stuff. This is a macrame drum stick holder.
Oh, nice.
Got the strap to hang. You'd think it'd be like flimsy or whatever because it's it's macrame. It's not, dude. You swear there's a tube inside of it.
Oh, say it looks pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty stiff. I mean, I'm giving it a squeeze. Of course, it's full sticks, but
right.
But yeah, and then cymbal holder.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, she
I
does.
love it. That's awesome.
These
Oh, I like that shirt.
Is
Is
that a shirt or is that a pair of wings?
It's a pair of wings. It's a pair of wings, but everybody's been telling her she should start doing dresses and
It's
shawls
killer.
and stuff.
Oh, I love those.
That is pretty
Does she
badass.
sell that stuff? I want to buy those.
Yeah, we do the local artist, the 3D printed skulls. I have a local artist that does all the 3D printing stuff. And then this
Very
is
nice.
my anonymous artist. He does weird stuff, but it's very cool stuff. And then my wife does the macrames. The goblets are 3D printed from my gal in Minneapolis. But we try to do the local artist thing as much as possible. She does album holders, macrame.
Oh, those are very clever. Wow, how cool.
Oh, that is awesome.
I need some of those too.
And
cool in my house.
And I gotta say, I especially love that you're doing the spotlight on the local artists, because you got to remember, people, everybody out there that is headlining the stadium at one point started as a local artist. Metallica started as a local artist around San Francisco.
Right. Well, I've even got her printing me drum triggers. I haven't finished building it yet, but she printed me the housing.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
We try to keep up with the local artists as much as possible, man, because it's just, I don't know. That's cool. Pink Floyd, but.
That last guy kind of looked like you, Chris.
Oh, right on. I've been mistaken for a lot of people in the music industry. My nephew actually thinks I'm the guitarist for Ram Jam.
That's so. I didn't mean to be.
And guitar holders.
Well, that's cool as hell. It's like a hammock for your guitar.
Yeah, and we.
Very clever. Wow, how creative. Love it.
But we wanted to build a community for just all artists to network and get together. That's why we got the tables and chess pieces, and I've even got word on a foosball table coming soon, and the couch with recliners, and
Now, here's where I start to sound a little bit nerdy, but you can't have old school rock and metal music without a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, we've been trying to work with a local guy here that does.
Dust knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, man, and I think they're gonna start holding their club meetings up here.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got a nice little kitchen back here, so.
Oh, that's awesome. I got a little place for your snacks, because every studio needs the beer fridge and the shelf for snacks.
You gotta have Scooby treats, man.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It's not unfortunately, but personally, I keep my beer fridge right below my broadcasting desk, full of Monster Energy and Dr. Pepper.
Right. I got my bibbies on today, man. I'm doing all the installing.
I got Fireball, t-shirt with strawberry milk.
I was gonna say he's probably got Fireball and some strawberry Nesquik.
Nice.
But that's awesome that you got that whole thing going on. And you said your 3D printers in Minneapolis. And, you know, every time I think of Burlington, I instantly revert to Minneapolis because I dated a girl there in high school. And the last time well, she was all right. But the last time I was there, I think the population was like 200 people.
It might be a little bigger now, I think.
It's been holy shit! It's been like 30 years since I've been to Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's a little bigger, I think. Not much, but little.
Well, Iowa is full of them funky small towns.
Oh, yeah. Iowa, that's right too. Yeah.
You know, I keep asking my dad all the time, you know, when we were younger, why didn't you go around? You know, Iowa, I ought to went around.
Yeah, perhaps. Sometimes, though, I look around and I think we might be the only sane state left around besides Missouri, maybe.
Could be. And I gotta say, you know, I grew up about 2.5 hours north of where Gentleman B lives, and it's right along the Mississippi. And in the fall time, about mid-October, driving up that way, it is the most beautiful drive in the world. When the weather is right and the leaves change perfectly.
Yeah, until you've done it 1,000 times, then you realize it's a bunch of flat ground with no stops for hundreds of miles. It's kind of like coming across Illinois. It's like once you hit that highway, it's cornfields.
No, I'm talking driving up the river road.
Oh yeah, if you're taking that scenic route, man, you can go all the way clear down to Missouri along that river, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah, that river road, it goes shit from.
Yeah, it may take you 3 days, but.
But it is. Come in the fall time when you got the red and the orange and the yellow and everything, just beautiful colors. It's one of the most beautiful drives.
Oh yeah, we're doing all the big brass too up here. We're gonna try and get involved with the schools too.
Yeah, that was one thing I was gonna ask. Like, because you said you're not doing rentals. Are you going to have the option for like a school kid that wants to do band but can't afford an instrument?
Yeah, through the schools I will. It's just to the general public. I don't make that a habit. I think after talking to a couple people, I will have to do like a layaway thing. But that's all right.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to do.
Because, you know, and one thing I'm always really big about is, you know, keeping music accessible to kids and having music programs in their schools. Because unfortunately, a lot of schools, you know, in the United States are underfunded, and the money that could be going to a kid's music education, unfortunately, usually goes to the football team.
No, right. Yeah. Actually, we're lucky enough around here. It's small enough still, I think, that the music program's going pretty good, and we got a piano company down here that caters to the schools. And
right. Well, and because I know Iowa has always been big on their school music programs, because also they have the drum corps, which basically it's the Iowa State Drum Corps, and they do a lot of national events. They'll do the presidential inauguration, they'll do the Macy's Day Parade, and it's all teenage, junior high and high school kids from Iowa that they're taking around the country, letting them play music and giving them an opportunity.
Yeah, my niece Leighton actually got picked out of high school to go up to the big college here and do a program, and then she got pulled out of there to go on tour with them to play clarinet.
Oh, that's
So-
hell yeah.
Yeah, they're creating all kinds of opportunity for them kids that want to really dig into it.
That is awesome, man, and that's one thing that I don't always stress enough, but we do got to kind of look out for our future generations and make sure they have access to the same programs we had. I mean, when I was in high school, we were still able to take shop class and rebuild cars and do small engines and stuff like that, and you don't really get that too much in a lot of your bigger city schools.
No, exactly. Yeah.
They don't have music programs like they used to. It's just it's kind of sad that our educational system wants to focus more on stuff you're never going to use in your lifetime than actual things that may help you achieve something or be successful with something.
Yeah, so it's all those teachers that doubted any of these musicians out here back when they were a kid, that they were never going to amount to anything. Well, guess what? They're rock stars now, huh? They're rock gods, huh?
Hey, who was it?
Check
Hold
out
on.
the open and close sign, man.
Oh, that's cool.
Then you flip it over and it says open.
Yeah, and it's a drum head.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I had Adam Zimonek from Shaman's Harvest drew that up for me.
Oh, hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. But hey, man, I'm gonna have to bolt on you here because I gotta open the store. We open at 10.
Awesome. Oh shit, you're a minute late.
Yeah, well, they're not knocking, so it'll be all right.
But that's okay. Hey, I was gonna say, if you want to tell your customers, or if you got a TV or something, you want to put us up on the TV for your show, store. I mean,
Yeah, man, we're gonna have you going in here for the rest of the day. We'll be listening in. I just gotta get off video.
all right. Hey, dude, I appreciate you joining us and letting the world know about your store. Real quick before you take off, you want to plug yourself? Let us know where you can find you on social media, your store, your website.
Sure, yeah, you can go to Studio Live on Facebook. We're in Burlington, Iowa, but like I say, we do ship everywhere else and so forth. And we do have, we are on Reverb as well. You can find the link on there for that too. We do put some stuff on Reverb, the smaller, easier ship stuff. And then we'll have our own drop ship website coming real soon, and we'll post that on the Studio Live page as well. Like I said, we've only been open about 3 weeks, so we're still gaining and growing,
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you hanging out with us, brother, and we appreciate everything you're doing for musicians out there, man.
Yeah, man, if anybody has any problem getting a hold of Studio Live on their page or anything, just go over to Brandon Orton, holler at me there, and we'll make sure you get connected to the right place, get you on the email address list and all that.
And if you can't figure it out, ask Asgard Radio. We'll hook you up. We'll get
There
you to
go,
Gentleman
man.
B.
There you go.
All right, thanks a lot, brother. We'll be talking at you later, man.
Later, man.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Brandon Orton, Gentleman B, from Burlington, Iowa. Talented musician, all around wonderful person. Helping musicians get equipment and have equipment and a place to play and practice.
If I'm right, Chris, he played in a band, Richie Rich.
Yes, he did play with Richie Rich, which was the other feller he mentioned there. It was with him in Richie Rich.
Yep. Amazing group of men, man. They were amazing.
All right, like I said, it's been a little slow going, but we're moving along. We've got 8 interviews done. We started a little bit earlier. I knew it was going to be slow going, especially when I realized I fucked up on the time difference.
It's easy to do.
It is very easy to do. Plus, I mean, where I'm at, it's really early on a Sunday morning. A lot of people had shows last night, or they had something going on last night.
It was crazy here in Washington State being April Fool's Day.
You know, and
Bandwars were calling on
I wanted to play a joke on everybody, and I decided not to do it. But I was gonna go into that chat box, and I was gonna say, "April Fool, everybody." You think I was really gonna do something like that?
Yeah, well, yesterday one of our musicians came up MIA out of the Bandwars group, and what happened is after he was at a show, he got invited to an after party, passed out, and ended up having his phone stolen. So and this guy is never the type of person that would not contact his wife and say, "Hey, hon, I'm going to an after party." At all. So we're all like thinking, "Oh no, something happened to this guy." So we put this big mad search out for him, and he sends up after all of us put out a post that he was missing. He literally goes, "Hey, I'm sorry guys, this wasn't really an April Fool's. I literally had this happen," and he's fine. He ended up playing on stage yesterday, and they ended up doing great on their show.
That's good. I had seen that someone was missing yesterday, but
He's fine.
I'm sorry. Sometimes those messages come through like so quick and so fast with so many different chat boxes. It's like, hold on, what happened? What did I miss?
Yeah, I have to play catch up in a lot of the boxes all the time because I don't ever want any of my people to feel that I'm not, present and that they can't ask me a question. If I see a bubble, I might be busy, but I'm going to respond to you, and then I'll have to go back and forth and jump everywhere. But I'll definitely try to address anything that is needed at the time.
Well, and I like just to scroll through so far back just to, okay, where's the good laugh? There's the laugh.
In Bandwars especially, because they're really interesting. People.
Those,
they're very creative, very intelligent.
Yeah,
they're doing all those pranks where you never know if they're playing a joke.
Right, hey, and like I said, whenever they're up and moving and walking around, I wouldn't mind getting a couple of them in there just to talk about the whole Bandwars on Amazon Prime and how that's all going for them. Because I mean, that's kind of a cool ordeal.
I'll put the link in there. They have the link available in the planning box for the Bandwars. We're filming mini games on TikTok right now, and we're doing a little mini challenges on that. And then we're also going to be starting filming for 2024 for Bandwars. And the founders of Bandwars is Josh Hamilton and Hikari Williams. And Josh Hamilton has a band called Kryptonasia, and Hikari Williams has a band called Deadbeat Blackout, both metal bands. They're going to attempt to come on too. I'm just not sure where. They've been traveling a lot. They actually are going to start a new podcast called the Hikari and Ticker Show. And that's going to be launched very soon. We've been doing pre-recorded interviews. We have a very kind sponsorship here with the Vessels in Linwood. The owner was kind enough to let us all come in there and do various different productions, and he gets a percentage, and we all get to run little projects out of his venue, which is a really cool venue.
Oh, nice. Now, JP, I gotta ask, because that's a kick-ass background you got there, looking like you're sitting in the cemetery.
Thanks.
You mentioned that.
I just wanted to bring that up, because that's just, I mean, that's like some fucking Ozzy Children of the Grave type shit.
I have a green screen behind me.
Okay.
And put it on the green screen.
Yeah, that's pretty badass there.
Yeah.
So, now your shows that you do, your stuff that you do, it's very theatrical. If I recall, I mean, I remember us talking and doing the interview a while back, and you got a whole vampire theatrical theme going on with that. Tell me what inspired that whole ordeal.
Oh, you mean I have more than one music project. That is Venus Frankenstein. That's another project I do.
Okay.
It's on YouTube. It's like I made a character like a vampire from another planet, Came here with a spaceship. It's all science fiction and horror. It's everything combined that I like. And I have wigs and stuff. I put on eyeliner and a totally different character when I'm that. Kind of like acting.
Okay. Hey, it's, you know what? It's part of the music industry. We all have characters.
Yeah, that's on YouTube, and I'm busy with a new project with that character called Frankenstein's Transvampiria.
Okay.
So 13 albums I'm working on.
Because I was talking to someone earlier, and I straight up said, Chris Ness and Chronic Chris, they're two totally different people in the same body. Chris Ness, he's a hard-working guy, gets up and kicks ass going to work every day, and then Chronic Chris is just a kick-ass radio DJ who likes to sit around and smoke and listen to music. But they both do kick-ass shit in the metal industry. One's a fabricator, the other one's a radio DJ.
Yeah. You really do have a radio voice, so it's really cool. So it's really really fits you.
Thank you. And this voice has been culminated over years of listening to various DJs.
Yeah. Yeah, I became friends with Dan Robinson. I think you remember him. He was on one of these podcasts also.
Yep.
And I was like, who was that guy you were in with the podcast? He goes, that's Chronic Chris. Let me check out what he does. Yeah, that's how now I'm here.
Yeah, I just, like I said, this weekend we're celebrating Asgard's 13th birthday. I've been with the station for 2 years. I started I worked at a venue in Illinois, and then I moved to Kentucky, and I felt, a piece of me was missing, a disconnection, and I started doing the show on Twitch, and then got a couple bands, and then interviewed E-Rock, and then we did a show with Jim, and he introduced me to Jim, and one thing led to another, and I'm like, dude, I'll fucking DJ for you, I'll find you bands, I'll get bands, I'll do interviews. Now Jim's got me managing the station.
Yeah, it's always cool to kind of like the universe coming together.
Exactly, and I was fishing for a little bit between moving down here and starting all the radio stuff up again, and just as much as I love to fish, I still just felt like something was missing, and I told my wife, either I can spend thousands of dollars on fishing equipment and be gone at the lake every Sunday, or I can spend thousands of dollars on computers and radio equipment and be in the other room if you need me or want to come sit with me and do this with me. So it was kind of a no-brainer. I gave up fishing for radio. But it's cool. In a way, I catch more fish doing this.
Other types of fish.
Yeah, all types of fish too. Stuff I'm not even going for lands in my. Yeah, stuff I'm not even trying to catch hooks on my line. And I'm just, some of the artists and some of the various genres of music and the people we've talked to in the last 2 years doing this. We've talked to everyone from country artist in Nashville to a rapper up in Washington to you guys over there in the Netherlands and Saudi Arabia, and I've talked to people in Africa and New Zealand and Australia, Germany. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, there's interesting people everywhere in the world.
There is.
Yeah.
And even, hell, it can be a guy that's got the most mundane job tuning car horns. I still want to talk to him. I want to know more about the part of the world he's in.
Yeah. Well, I have a part-time job making plants, so...
Making what?
Plants.
Plants?
Plants. We cut a part of one plant, put it in a pot of mud, and then it will grow in a new plant. I don't know what it's called in English, but...
Clones!
Yeah, kind of like now, like
My
clones.
grandpa used to do that with roses, and he would
Yeah.
slice two of them and tape them together, and he'd get multiple. It was really cool, and he would do that, and we'd get multiple colors of roses.
Yeah.
Like one half would be yellow, and the other half would be red, and then in the middle of it, it would be like a red and yellow. It was so cool.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I work in a greenhouse or a glass house or what it's called.
Okay,
Oh, nice, fun.
that's awesome. I actually I used to do a lot of gardening. We actually had when we lived up in Iowa, we had, oh my God, millions of hostas. We had roses, chrysanthemums, tulips. We even had a naked lady planted in the front yard, which blooms once every 15 years, and it just so happened to be the year that we lived there was the summer that it bloomed.
Okay. Well, and the funny thing is, I studied photography and graphics in school, but there wasn't any work where I live in that field, so I found this job, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Oh, see, now if you're working in a greenhouse, that is a perfect place for photography.
Yep.
You can do the life cycle of a flower, or just, I mean, some of the beautiful colors you get out of flowers. You can make an arrangement, send a picture of an arrangement to Home and Garden, or stuff like that.
Yeah, the main guy that runs the greenhouse does that, but I can basically do that also. I can do a lot of things.
See, and I actually thought about doing photojournalism only because I got a once-in-a-lifetime chance, and I got really, really lucky. I got a picture of a tornado touched down, like as it was hitting the ground, and I caught the picture of it, and I actually sold it to a couple different newspapers up in Chicago.
Okay.
And it was kind of cool getting paid for my picture, but then I thought, yeah, this was like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm never going to get another picture this good worth selling, so...
Yeah, there was a big storm not far from you, right? Yesterday, this week.
We've been having all kinds of storms coming through. It is that time of year for us. And it's funny, I learned that in the United States, there's two sections for tornadoes. One's called Tornado Alley, and one's called the Dixie Alley. And I just so happen to live smack dab in the middle of the Dixie Alley.
Yeah. We don't have tornadoes here, but it's a windy country, the Netherlands, but no tornadoes. Thank God.
A lot of wind and a lot of snow.
Yeah, now no snow, rain.
Rain? Okay.
We used to have snow, but climate change, so it all turned to rain.
Okay. See, and as much as I don't like to be cold, I do kind of miss snow.
I
Only-
don't miss it.
Well, here's the thing about snow. When it's 32 degrees outside, and I can look out my window and see 3 feet of snow on the ground, I can see that it's cold outside, and I know to dress appropriately. But when I look out my window and it's 32 degrees outside, but there's green grass on the ground, I don't see the cold, and when I go outside, it makes me feel even colder than it actually is.
Oh yeah, well, it's always cold here, so it's 90% of the year we dress like it's autumn.
Okay.
And we have like 5 weeks of really sunny summer weather, and then it's cold again.
Unfortunately, with my day job, I dress like it's autumn year-round too. I got to wear long-sleeve shirts and a little bit heavier stuff, because there's metal flying around and welding going on and all kinds of fabricating. And I don't need to lose an arm or, have something bad happen, get burnt. I was doing welding one day, and I came home, and the next day I had one spot on my hand had a nice sunburn on it.
Okay.
Said, oh, yep, should have been wearing my glove that day.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well, it happens.
Yeah, that's we're basically England. We're in between Germany and England, and yeah, we have that type of weather.
Okay. A lot of rain, a lot of cold, a lot of just.
Rain, cold.
Okay.
And I wanted to move to LA when I was young because okay, it's always nice weather over there, but never happened. So America's expensive for a European to go to.
All right, we're sending out the link to more emails at 10 a.m. Is that? Oh, that's probably 10 a.m. her time, huh? For Giselle.
She wanted to know if she could jump on now, and I said, "Go ahead."
Yeah. I mean, they're free.
I'm
We're
telling everybody in the chat if they're ready to go, they're welcome to join us at any time at their convenience. It's fine. It's all about getting as many interviews as we can and as many of them as we can.
and
I hope that's okay.
Yeah, and having a good time doing it. I mean, I see some people.
Exactly.
I see, some people had already left the room, which I mean, it's fine. We don't really want to clog the room, but at the same time, we like to keep the conversations going.
I have 10 more minutes and I have to go. By the way.
Okay, yeah, you're good, brother. You've been hanging out with us. Hell, you've been hanging out with us for almost 2 hours now.
Yeah, it's almost dinner time here, so I have past 5.
Woo. Yeah, I just had my snack cake for breakfast. Finished my cup of coffee. Now we're on to the first can of Monster.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going. We're moving along. We're doing this stuff. We are live on Twitch TV /ChronicChris710. We're live on YouTube, and we are live on the Facebook Asgard.com page. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that Thursday, April 16th, we're going to be live on all platforms again, while Slider is live on AsgardRadio.com, where we are doing our Sonic Temple tickets giveaway. We've been collecting names in a hat for the last few weeks now, and on that day we are going to draw out 6 names from that hat, and those 6 people will get a pair of tickets to go to Sonic Temple Memorial Day weekend in downtown Columbus, Ohio at the historic Crew Stadium. And everybody else, we're going to send you a Asgard swag bag. Throw a t-shirt, maybe a hat, a towel, couple of stickers, just some Asgard swag in there for you guys. Not because everyone's a winner, but because we appreciate you as listeners. So we always want to give back to our listeners, and we always want to give to the bands and anybody else that helps out and hangs out and does all this Asgard stuff with us.
But I think Giselle's trying to join us. I'm not sure. I'm PMing her now.
Oh, Heathen. Yeah, Heathen's still here. Okay. I got you, Heath. I know you're still here. I still see you, brother. Yes, Giselle's going to be popping in. We got all kinds of people that are going to be popping in today. It's my fault, people, because when I do scheduling, I go off of Central Standard Time, which is just simple for me. And, it's easy for me to adjust to the United States because you're either an hour ahead of me, an hour behind me, or 2 hours behind me. Unless you're in Hawaii, which that's a whole nother story. I don't think we've talked to anybody out in Hawaii yet.
Yeah, I tried to get Larry Smith, who does a tribute band called, he's a Led Zeppelin tribute band, and I don't want to. I think it's Love Bone.
Okay.
And he lives in Hawaii. He has a orchard there.
No, there is a guy in Hawaii I do want to find, and this is actually another radio DJ. Now, if you guys remember back in the late 90s, early 2000, Shaggy's It Wasn't Me just blew up the radio airwaves. And that is all owed to a radio DJ in Hawaii that was illegally downloading music off of Napster. And he downloaded the song and played it on his station. And immediately people were calling in. What was that? That was too funny. What was that? Play that again. So it started to gain momentum in the state of Hawaii. And then it just spread like wildfire across the United States and across the world. All because the one DJ illegally downloaded it off Napster and played it on the radio station in Hawaii. And the whole song, there's actually a documentary about it, how the whole song wasn't even supposed to happen. It was just a fluke. But honestly, I would like to talk to that radio DJ just to be like, dude, like, how did you come across it? What made you decide to play it on the radio? You know, stupid stuff like that. I need to know.
Yeah, that song was a big hit here back then.
Yes. You know, and honestly, that's one thing that, you know, always inspired me to be a radio DJ is because growing up, yeah, I always listened to the radio. And I loved the music they played, but I always listened to the DJs and the funny ads. And, you know, Dr. Demento, Dr. Demento, Rick Dees, Casey Kasem, and Wolfman Jack. I mean, those were my inspirations, my motivations for wanting to be a radio DJ. And my dad, up until a few years ago, he could do a perfect, spot-on Wolfman Jack impersonation.
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Wolfman Jack, he was a very, very huge DJ back in the 50s, 60s, up until the 70s.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the movie American Graffiti?
No.
If you ever sit down and watch American Graffiti, Wolfman Jack is the radio DJ in that movie, and his role in that movie is actually real for his life. That's what he did. He was a radio DJ. He was awesome, syndicated nationwide. And I don't know. I can't say honestly if he was like one of the first syndicated DJs, because I know like when radio first started, it was NBC, ABC, your TV, your big three were your radio stations. So I can't honestly say whether or not if he was the first syndicated DJ, but I know back in the day he was all over the nation.
I can look it up later. Name kind of sounds rings a bell, but I never seen it. Maybe in a movie or something. Someone mentioned it.
Well,
But I don't know. I did see a lot of American movies, so maybe it came by one time. I don't know.
yeah, I was gonna say I know you're big into American culture and stuff, and yeah, he was a big part of American culture for radio.
I'm 36, so that's way before my time, but I can look it up later. Sounds cool.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the whole movie itself, American Graffiti, is just a whole. I mean, it's retro Americana at its finest. I would have loved to have lived back in that day, and I mean, it's got an all-star cast: Suzanne Summers, Wolfman Jack. Oh my goodness, what was her name? Mamas and the Papas kid. Wilson, no, not Wilson. Phillips, Bayou Phillips. Was it Bayou or was it the other one? I don't know. I'd have to ask my wife, but she's sleeping right now.
Oh well, that's why you have the internet.
Yeah,
Look it up.
Right?
yeah, that's true. I got the internet right in front of me. Why don't I look it up?
Or Siri, or Lexi. I have Alexia. I love my Alexia. I ask her 25,000 questions a day.
Oh, see now, my brother-in-law has an Alexa in his bathroom, and I done said, you know what? That's dangerous, because I was at his house one day and I had to use the restroom, and I went in there and I saw the Alexa. I said, all right, Alexa, play some Motorhead. Started playing Motorhead, and I'm done. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All-star cast of American Graffiti. We got Ron Howard, Harrison Ford, Richard Dreyfuss, Mackenzie Phillips, Susan Summers. It was a great movie. Okay, yeah, here we go. On the last day of summer vacation in 1962, friends Kurt, Steve, Terry, and John cruised the streets of small-town California while a mysterious disc jockey spins classic rock and roll tunes. It's the last night before their grown-up lives begin, and Steve's high school sweetheart, a hot-to-trot blonde, a bratty adolescent, and a disappearing angel and a Thunderbird provide all the excitement they can handle. Brief rundown of it. Oh, cool. So, yeah. But
It sounds like a fun movie.
oh, it is a good one. Like I said, feel free to check it out when you got free time. I like I said, I know you're into all things Americana and American history and stuff like that. It's really truly, I mean, the embodiment of the classic car scene back in its heyday. You know, just cruising Main Street, small town America. What back in the day some small towns would have called Buzz the Gut.
I don't know what that means.
Where we lived in Illinois, they actually have that's what their cruise night is called, because back in the day, you know, in a lot of small towns around the Midwest, Buzz in the Gut was cruising your car down Main Street in town.
Oh yeah, I get it. Here we just have a lot of speed bumps.
Hold on, I'm answering messages and all this. Because, like I said, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be going all day long, trying to get artists in to chat with us, and all kinds of people coming in and out, and fun stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, I have to go now, sadly,
All
because
right.
I have to make some food. I have to work tomorrow early. Get up at 5 a.m. So.
All right, JP. Well, we appreciate you hanging out and chatting with us, and
It's awesome. Cool.
yeah, always looking forward to talking to you again, brother.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Nice meeting you, JP, in person. Talk to you at
Bye.
the time.
Say,
All right. Yeah, later, brother.
Anytime you need anything.
all right. Bye bye.
Later, bud. All right. Pharmacy has been in the corner since we started here. We still have no sound or video from them, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh dear. I wonder if it has something to do with the connection. Did they realize you're trying to connect in with them?
Well, no, they jumped in the call when I first sent the link out. But it's just, I don't know if you can see them down there. It just says pharmacy band. but we've had no video or sound from them all morning.
Interesting. Yeah, because Grady came in the box, and I think another one of their members earlier on to confirm what time, and then I gave him a confirmation of time, and then we went ahead and opened it up for an open forum for those artists that are ready to just jump on now. That might work a little better for some of their schedules. So those that are ready could just jump on, and then we'll put the people on this. They're scheduled. That's Giselle. Giselle is literally still trying to get ready to come on air. So she just messaged me saying she'll be on around about 10.
Okay. And I know we got other people from Band Wars going to be joining in later today.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a few more artists from around the globe that we have planned in today. Lisa Perry from Hell's Abyss, but, you know, like I said, it's my fault for screwing up what time zone is what.
Yeah, and I'm still sending out, I'm still trying to mass share the link to all the artists in case they didn't get it in the box for some reason. So the ones that you would know, like all our various bands, make sure we get it to all the people that are the more known, famous artists. So hopefully they get a few minutes to jump in and do their 5-minute interview. I already sent it to Greg Fox. Greg Fox might jump in before he's going to go on a motorcycle ride, and he's also doing a recording and creating a new show and whole brand new show that he's going to bring here to Washington State. It's more of a rock show. He did a Christmas show here in Everett, and he did really well. He did 2 shows here, back-to-back shows, and they went really well, and that was his Christmas show. But now he's working on a rock show for us.
Yes, and I just told...
He's got like people from Rat and all sorts of different high-end bands.
And I just told Sarah Ashley to feel free to jump in and talk to us about all the awards.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because she's up for multiple awards right now.
I put the link in there. So. Oh, she's super freaking talented artist. She keeps asking me to come and visit her in Nashville, and one of these days I really want to do that. I've always wanted to go to Nashville and go see Isn't Nashville where they have Graceland from Elvis?
That's Memphis.
Isn't Graceland someone?
Graceland is in Memphis, which is like 5 hours from. Graceland is 5 hours from me. Memphis is 5 hours from me. Nashville is an hour and a half from me. But Nashville is home of Grand Ole Opry, Country Music Hall of Fame, and like how they have the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Hollywood Boulevard, they have something similar to that in Nashville for the country music stars.
Yeah, it's really cool. I guess they have a Nashville. They also have like a miniature, more smaller form of a NAMM, from what I understand.
Yes, they have the NAMM in the summertime, which is a smaller form of NAMM, and it's more. The NAMM out in California is more equipment based. So it's more about like the drum kits and the guitars and all the equipment bases and what they're using, whereas the NAMM in Nashville is more about the industry base, the connections, the peoples, the studios, the labels, all that stuff, promoters, stuff like that. So it's kind of
artists that came here and one. Go ahead.
At least that's what I was told. I honestly don't know that 100% for certain. I've personally never been to NAMM. I've been invited 3 years in a row. I've just never been able to make the financial arrangements to go.
I really wanted to go this year, but I couldn't make it because of Raven's little mini tour, Miss Nasty's tour. She's coming here April 28th. So once I found out her show for Seattle, Washington, that pretty much changed a lot of things I was going to do. She's the main focus for me for this month.
Yes, and I'm actually very excited for Raven later because, you know, we got a lot going on with her. She's got the
I meant to
street.
tell.
I'm going to say a few things that she's posted publicly. You know, we got the whole street team thing going on. Rebecca's a member of the street team. I'm a member of the street team, which means Asgard Radio's a member of the street team. And I am basically, for the street team, I am basically covering Western Kentucky from Louisville to Paducah, from Evansville, Indiana to Nashville, Tennessee. So anytime she's within that 90-mile circle of me, I'm there.
Excellent. That's very needed. I meant to tell Heath Allen, the Heath in there, to if he wanted to be on her street team, just find out where she's going, and if it's close to his state or something he wants to do, you get a cool shirt with your name on it that says Raven Rejects Street Team, I think.
Yes. You know, and Raven, she does so much awesome stuff. I mean, the mystery bags, they're awesome, and it's always cool stuff. Like I said, I got a lot of repeat stuff in my mystery bags. So
I have a lot too. I've been a reject for a long time, since 2016. So yeah, I have a lot of things that I'll pass your way. I just have to get through it.
Ladies and gentlemen, later on this evening, when we get Raven in here, we are going to be giving away a copy of the Key album. Can't really see it on the Zoom call, but I do have a second camera on the feed down there in the corner where they can actually see what's going on behind me in the studio.
Sarah Ashley joined.
Yes, I see Sarah jumping in, and like I just said, I'm really excited to talk because she is up for a lot of awards right now.
That's excellent. Yeah, she's really excellent.
Oop, if I can, she's up for Female Vocalist of the Year, Rising Star, Single of the Year for the song She's Gone, Songwriter of the Year, Music Video of the Year for She's Gone, and Emerging Artist. That's a lot to take in, huh?
It is, and I think she accomplished most of those awards on various projects. She'll tell us, I think, during the pandemic, but she'll tell us here. We could ask her.
Yeah, you guys hear me?
We can.
Barely, and it sounds kind of robotic.
So I'm gonna go ahead and to. Let me go ahead and call it.
Okay.
That works. Thank you, Sarah. Does she have the link to be able to call in there, Chris?
It should be in the page. We're working on that, Sherry.
Okay. So I've been working with Death Wish Coffee, so they're going to be coming and hopefully sponsoring some more of my artists here soon. We're trying to get that for Band Wars as a sponsor, so that will be great.
Awesome.
Hikati and Ticker got their beer for an IPA beer out of, I forget the name of that, out of Oregon, a very nice brand new IPK. And then we have a Kirk's hot sauce that's making hot sauce for a merch item for all individually create their own recipe too. That's a sponsor. He'll you might want to reach out to him, or any of you that want to reach out to me and want various sponsorship, let me know. I will try to hook you up to those people.
Okay. I think
all
we
right,
got.
I'm in.
There we go. All right.
Fantastic. Yay.
I have no idea what's going on with my Zoom links, but I've heard that feedback before.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, it's been an early morning. I know you guys already talked about the 6 categories that I've been announced for today. It actually started at 7 a.m. Central Standard, so it's been one hell of a morning, but it's been great. So thank you guys so much for sending me that link so I can jump on quick and talk about it. So ISSA is a great organization. It's the Independent Singer-Songwriter Association. It's based out of Atlanta, but it is international. So there's a bunch of international artists that are on there. There are certain criteria that you have to sign up for when you are a part of ISSA. You have to have at least 5 songs released on major distribution, so Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, things along those lines. Plus, obviously you have to have a website. You have to be really working towards your music career, and it's really great. I've met a lot of amazing people through ISSA. I actually won Silver Female Vocalist of the Year last year, so going for gold this year. And yeah, it's great. You know, She's Gone actually was created with myself and Michelle Aspen. Brought it into the studio. I feel like really unprepared because I haven't talked about She's Gone in a long time. So I'm like, please make sure that that's everyone that's on She's Gone, because I want to give everyone the amount of credit they deserve when they are, you know, assisting in something along those lines. It's amazing to collaborate and work with individuals. So She's Gone is actually a story of my life, which is great. Being in a toxic relationship and then, you know, coming out of it and finally leaving that relationship and driving away. And it was really cool. The way that we did the music video was actually through my company, Revolution Remastered. So Chris Hoddes was actually the engineer of it. And it was really cool because we depicted multiple females in that music video. So it wasn't just specifically me telling the story. A lot of people go through this, and it's sadly, you know, a part of life. But being able to break through and be gone with someone that is not perfect for you, and really stepping into your own and having a path of self-growth is huge. I know you guys didn't ask that question, but I feel like I'm rambling on.
No, that's okay. You're answering the questions for me. I'm hoping the broadcast can pick up the questions I'm asking right before she answers them.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. You know, as songwriters, we tell the story, and I'm not like ignoring you guys and not looking straight into the camera. I'm actually making sure I'm not missing anyone on my phone here. So.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah, totally was not prepared. No makeup, no nothing. So, you know, it's.
Well, we
it's
really appreciate you doing that.
That's okay. We're getting the stripped down, unplugged version of Sarah. With the can of Monster. Cheers to ya.
Oh yeah, cheers. Cheers to the Monsters. That's definitely my drink of choice in the morning. It's the only caffeinated beverage I normally drink during the day. But no, I want to thank you guys all the time. You know, when I share information with you guys of what's going on in my musical career, you guys are all about supporting it and pushing through, and, you know, just really always been there to talk and talk over, you know, some trials and tribulations too, of what we go through as artists. And sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes we get blocked, and, you know, we just need a helpful ear. And hey, if you don't know this, talk with this person. They're going to help you. So it's a really great community here. So I really, really enjoy being a part of what you guys have going on as well.
And like I've said it before, we appreciate you, all the independent artists we have. And I'm really, I got my fingers crossed you win these awards. You know, I mean, Sarah, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard, look her up on YouTube, Spotify. Plug yourself, Sarah, where you're at, because they need to know where they can hear her. She's an amazing songwriter, a beautiful voice, just all around a talented individual. So where can we find you?
Yeah, so you can always go to sarahashleymusic.com for my music. You can go to revolutionremastered.com for my business. So if you are looking for a music video, we definitely collaborate with artists to make sure that we are developing your dream to get you out there even further. Sometimes songs, and I'll be completely honest, She's Gone is a great song. I've gotten great feedback from it. But until the music video, people really didn't fall in love with it. Like, seeing that image and going through that was huge. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Sarah Ashley Nash Official. I definitely will send you guys all the links so that you guys have it. You can blast it out on your channels. Follow me anywhere. If you need to get a hold of me, definitely, reach out. It's great to collaborate with everyone. So Sarah Ashley Nash on Instagram, Sarah Ashley Nash Official on Facebook. I am on Twitter. I'm not going to lie, I'm really terrible with Twitter. So I would say, good luck. But it is Sarah Ashley Nash, and then I am on TikTok as well. But feel free to reach out at any time. I'm always open. If I don't get back to you right away, I'm either in a session or I'm working with another artist or in the studio myself. But I'm definitely sure Rebecca can tell you how quick of a response I am on responding.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Any questions from anyone else that's on the line right now?
Anybody out there on any of the social media platforms, do you have any questions for Sarah Ashley? I do. So you got the new song. Any shows planned? Any dates planned for live shows?
So nothing right now. I'm actually in studio right now for Breaking the Habit. So I will give a little teaser out. I'm actually working with another female artist. So we're going in with 4 songs as a duo. It's really cool. It's modern country rock. It's definitely in your face. It's definitely a little sassy. Think Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, Something Bad. So it's definitely going to be on fire, a little hot, a little aggressive, a little emotional. And then I'm actually not only finishing my 4-song EP, so I have 2 released right now. I'm bringing the other 2 in. I'm actually in the process of laying down vocals for the 3rd, Breaking the Habit. The 4th one is going to be going in, and this year I'm actually bringing in another 4 myself. So about 11 songs in, I can't do math, so about 10 songs all together. But we have been talking about a Christmas one too, so maybe 11. So definitely look out for that. I am working with a new guitar player too, so she is building up her repertoire. So we will be going out for open mics. We will be going out for just around Nashville, and then obviously planning a little bit of bigger stuff. Once I get more of my repertoire built out, I love singing covers, but singing covers is just doing someone else's music. So I really want to have a lot of mine in the back pocket. So there you go.
Some people will say it's just singing other people's music, but it's taking a song that you love and putting your own, how you say, spin on it.
Yeah, absolutely. We're working on some of those too. We definitely have the covers going on. She has a really different perspective. She's definitely more from the rock world, so she's bringing in some of those feels and things like that. So it's definitely going to be a really cool twist coming up. So definitely keep looking on social media. I know I'm talking a lot too. There's major issues that are going on in the world. If you guys haven't heard, Tennessee went through a major hit with an elementary school shooting last week, and it was super devastating. So I'm definitely on my social media platform, not only talking about the songwriting itself, but the things that we as songwriters go through that we never talk about. So definitely be checking that out, because there are so many cool parallels of really following that story of not only inspiration, but how do you get out of things. I know I've talked about suicide on my channel. My buddy actually sadly ended his life 3 weeks ago, and that was a huge hit. And if you would have just talked to someone, or maybe you would write to someone and things like that. So trying to parallel what goes on in our normal lives and as songwriters and how we can work through some of those things. Definitely check out the platform. Yeah, I think I saw someone's hand up too. Do we have another question?
I could ask you another question,
Oh.
Sarah.
Sure.
Sarah, what venue in the world would you want to travel to for a tour? What would be your most dream venue?
So it's really crazy. I don't know the name of it. I think I've heard of it, but it's like Rock Canyon in the Colorado area, where the acoustics are absolutely perfect.
Red Rocks?
I know Brandy Carlisle played there. Yeah, Big Rock. Wait, what did you say?
Red Rocks.
Red Rock, yeah. I want to go to
Yes.
Red Rock really bad to play there.
Yes, that venue is amazing.
So I haven't been there myself, and I really, really want to, just for a concert, and plus everything I've seen online. from artists that I follow that are inspiring to me. I really want to go there and perform.
Yes, the acoustics of the place. Rebecca, you got two microphones on?
I don't think so, unless it shouldn't be any background. I don't have anything else but this one. Is there an echo?
Okay. Yeah, okay, that's it. Oh no, something was weird for a second there. I was hearing an echo.
Interesting. So, Sarah, if you were to open up for an artist, who would that be? Who would be your most dreamed of, that ultimate, I have to open up for this band?
So one person that I would love to work with and open up for and really just get to meet, especially from the songwriter perspective, is Brandy Carlisle. Her style and how she works with all artists of all genre is phenomenal. She is so out in her world, rocking it out with Joni Mitchell, Elton John, Winona Judd. It's like so amazing what she's doing, and she is so authentically her. I would love to write with her, open for her, just hang out in her presence to try to get just a little bit of her spark and her energy for sure. So that would be one. Second is, I think I would love to have a rowdy good time with Miranda Lambert. I think she is the individual where you could just have like a really fun time with her. And she seems really down to earth. I've seen her in concert before. She is just authentically herself too. I'm sure the list would go on and on, but those are probably my top two for sure.
See now she just mentioned a bunch of people I would love to bump into on Broadway in Nashville.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, as much as I'd love to see y'all perform on stage, I'd rather get you at the bar where
Well, see, that's how I feel like it's going to be. Like, we would hang out beforehand, we would have a killer show, and then we would go and have a great celebratory cocktail afterwards.
Oh, right on. Well, let me know when it happens. I'll drive down to Nashville for that.
Heck yeah. If that happens, it's going to be everywhere. You'll know.
Right?
Where are you located? Nashville, you said?
Yes, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
Because that's not far from you.
That's my neck of the woods. Hour and a half drive.
Come on down.
I'm meaning to get there. Just everyone knows January 24th I had an accident. I'm still in a neck brace and waiting for the settlement to come through so we can get a vehicle to go around and do on-site interviews and talk to artists, and hopefully it's gonna we'll get it all taken care of before Louder Than Life, where I can drive up to Nashville and spend 4 days just talking to artists. Hopefully
well, there we go. Definitely hit me up when you're here. We'll connect and have a good time. Hey Max, how's it going? Thanks for joining.
Hi everyone.
All right.
Meet you.
Real quick, Sarah, I need to know one last question. If you could sit down, two last questions. First question is, if you could sit down and talk to anyone over dinner throughout history, who would you want to talk to?
Definitely Prince. So I am a Minnesota girl, so I would definitely want to talk to Prince. He is like my hometown hero. And definitely someone that has not only written a ton for himself, but other people, and again, has just been a huge powerhouse in music. So that would be one for sure. And ooh, gosh, out of all of history, that's hard. Again, has just been a huge powerhouse in music. Let me see. I probably would go modern, too. So get a little bit old school and a little bit new school. So I'd do Brandy Carlisle. For sure.
Okay.
And Led Zeppelin. Sorry, like I had so many. Like now that I'm just like thinking about it, I'm like, okay. Sorry, do Brandy Carlisle. Definitely. I mean, going back to Led Zeppelin, I actually have a song that I don't even think it's been released. It's Remember When or Remember Then or whatever it was. It actually was terrible. It was actually created for a wasn't, so it's not out there at all. But the crazy part of that is When I Was Loving You was the reference song to it. And that was one of the songs from Led Zeppelin that I totally did not hear when I was growing up. And I fell in love with it, just the storytelling and the emotional feel from the guitar and the voice and everything together. So I had a reference song of that. So, Remember the Truth, that's the song. So it was really cool. Now it might get pulled back out and get released as just a single itself, not tied with anything. But it was a really cool song.
Okay, well that gives me a good guess on the answer to my next question. What is the one album you can't live without?
Tied with anything. But it was a really cool song. So there's two.
Guess on the answer to my next question. What is the one? Who's got an echo going?
Me.
Heath.
So I actually have them right here. So I have Prince 1999. The reason for this one is Little Red Corvette. That is, that's my jam. And a Minnesota Cup.
Can I say, the Prince was going to be my guess.
And then Patsy Cline. So my dad grew me up on Patsy Cline. So Crazy is actually my dad and I's song. And that was actually written by Willie Nelson.
Yep.
So the fact that, I have both of those albums are the most important. It was crazy. Pun, if my dad's listening to this, he'll laugh because that's how he always talks to me. We went to the Patsy Cline Museum together, and I bought him a shirt, and he got me the album, and we were going to save him for Christmas. We came back to my house, and we opened everything. He put his shirt on, and I played the album, and it was just a gift of the day. And then for my birthday, I actually got this from someone extremely special. I was so excited and might have been under the influence of celebrating with my birthday. So I had a couple of beers, obviously, with my birthday, but I immediately ran home and I opened it and played Little Red Corvette. And when I played it and put it back, well, I actually played the whole album on repeat for a while. But when I put it back, I was like, dang it, I shouldn't have opened it. And I should have just bought another one too. But yeah, I got it all. So I'm pretty excited.
That's awesome. Yeah, the minute I asked the question, I thought it's got to be a Prince album.
I mean, I think it's in the shot, so the fact that I just reach out and grab the two that I can't live without is kind of funny.
It's back there, but I can barely see it, and almost, if you don't know what it is, you can't tell what it is.
My little collection, so I definitely have a few. So I definitely got AC/DC, the 74 Jailbreak, Prince, Patsy Cline, Pistol Annie's, The Doors, Led Zeppelin. I got a ton, and then that's not even including my catalog over there, which I have everything from the Beach Boys to Metallica's in there too. So I have everything. Music just speaks to me, and I think your moods change. Like when I'm going to the beach and I'm driving, I'm all about the Beach Boys, like Let's Go. And then, when I'm going to go and do a backyard project and I'm in my truck, it's definitely more like the AC/DC, Let's Go, let's get into it. So it's pretty cool.
All right. Yes, I was just saying earlier, I actually finally got a whole box filled with rock albums, so now I need to find more albums to start box number 2.
I know the album that I'd like to have is when Sharon comes out and signed it and sitting at the house.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Sarah, I appreciate you hanging out and chatting with us, and like I said, I really hope that you get the awards you deserve.
Thank you. I'm really excited. And again, if you guys need anything, feel free to reach out. You guys can find me on social if you're in the group chat. Fans for Bands International. Definitely reach out. I'm here to help, and I appreciate all the votes. Now, I will have to correct myself if I'm wrong.
You've been a
you can
wonderful
vote
help.
every day.
Thank you, Sarah. I learned so much from you in this industry.
Yeah, no problem. And same from you. I mean, the music industry is really great because you're always learning and growing. And once you're always learning and growing, that's when something changes. So it's really interesting to see that as of today, it could be one way, and then all of a sudden tomorrow there's going to be a little nuance and things that you have to change. I know with algorithms on social media, they change all the time, and as much as I want to, because everyone's doing that creative process, because you never know who they know, as well as how you can build that connection. I've introduced multiple people together, and it's been
about
amazing.
building the village as many as you can, get as many different contacts, because exactly what you just said, Sarah. You might have a friend, and this is actually what happened to me here in Washington State, that I had a friend of mine that introduced me to Steve Unger, who's he'll be on the show later on too, and he's a Hall of Fame artist. He had a show last night, and he's on later on tonight. And that was actually the friend of mine was Troy E. Anderson, that introduced me to quite a few little people here. That was and Steve Unger is a great mentor. He's awesome guy. He's very talented man. He's in like several different bands, and like I said, he'll come in here later on today and actually give us a whole big spiel on what he's been doing and what's coming up for him next.
And I've said many times over, as far as Asgard Radio, for songs, I have to stick to our format. But for what we're doing here on camera, on the Twitch channel, on the YouTube, on Facebook, we will not turn down any artist. We will talk to anybody and everybody. I don't, like I said, from the tour bus driver of your local band that drives a van on the weekends, getting them to shows, to if I had Dave Mustaine today, we'd be talking to him today.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you get the good stories from the drivers. So,
exactly. They see everything.
Sometimes you got to pay off your drivers so they don't share everything.
The drivers do see everything.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, thanks again. We got to move over. We got Max. He's been waiting patiently. Simon from the band Pressure
Max,
just
I took over. I jumped on.
We appreciate you, Sarah, so very much. It really helps. And look, you're helping us make music history, and hopefully we get enough artists on here today that we're going to break this record for Christmas.
Yes. Well, guys, thank you so much. I do have to jump myself. Max, I can't wait to go back and look at this. Again, it was so nice talking with all of you. If you want to hit me up privately, if you have additional questions or if you need something, please feel free to do.
Yes, always a blast talking to you, Sarah.
All right, guys, have a great day.
All right.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you.
Yes,
always
nice talking to you, Sarah. Ladies and gentlemen, coming from Montreux, Switzerland, from the band Wormhole Death, we got Max Enix.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming
Thanks
from
a lot
Montreux.
for your invitation.
Hold on, someone's giving me an echo again. Heath, you're watching the video while you're here, aren't you?
You have power.
Go again. Oh.
Not me, because all my other devices are turned off right now.
No. That's actually okay. Heath.
All my other devices
Lost. No. That's actually okay. Heath.
All my other devices
Lost. No. That's actually okay. Heath. Okay. Hold on, we're still getting an echo somewhere. Okay. Hold on, we're still getting an echo somewhere. Yeah, does someone have a second? Okay.
Can you plug this in for me?
Okay. Yeah, does someone have a second? Yeah, no, I'm getting a 30-second delay on an echo. Okay. Yeah, someone have a second. Yeah, no, I'm getting a 30-second delay on an echo. Okay. Someone have a second. Yeah, no, I'm getting a hold on 1 second here. I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm muting microphones so we can figure this. Rebecca, it was coming for you for some reason.
Microphones. So
Wait.
We can figure...
Hold on.
Hold on, I took the blame for you, Rebecca.
Oh, wait. Okay.
What do you mean it was coming from Rebecca? She doesn't do anything wrong. That's my friend.
Where were we getting an echo? I don't know.
It's me. Testing.
All right. Sorry about that. I don't know where we were getting an echo from, but we got from Montreux, Switzerland, from the band Wormhole Death, and I hope I got all that right. Max.
I don't know where we were getting an echo from, but we got from Montreux, Switzerland, from the band Wormhole Death, and I hope I got
I have
all
an
that
echo
right.
in the...
Yeah, that Max, do you have a second microphone on?
The band Wormhole Death, and I hope I got
I have
all
an
that
echo
right.
in the...
Yeah, that Max, do you have a second microphone on?
I have an echo in the...
Yeah, that Max.
No, but I hear you, but I have a problem. It's not...
Okay, hold on.
I hear you, but I have a problem. It's not...
Yeah, somehow I'm getting an echo off you.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, somehow I'm getting an echo off you. Okay, hold on. Yeah, somehow I'm getting an echo off you. Okay, hold on. Yeah, somehow I'm getting an echo off you. Okay, hold on.
Let's see if that helped.
Let's see if that helped.
No, that didn't work. Hold on, we'll
No, that didn't work. Hold on, no.
I don't know why we were having an echo coming off of Max. Which sucks, because we kind of wanted to talk to him. We got to know more about Wormhole Death and all this other stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Lost audio. What? Okay, now we got to figure this out.
Chris, what about we had to reboot the string link? I mean, it keeps coming from the. I don't know if it was me or not. That's all.
Okay, folks out there in Twitch land and Facebook and YouTube, we will be right back. I'm going to reboot the stream and hopefully we get the sound all right. But we're still going. Just a moment. Wait. I think I heard something. I don't know what's going on with this, ladies and gentlemen. My sound is still working on the Facebook.
For a second there, I was hearing an echo.
But it's not working on the Twitch. Yeah, we're still working on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. But for some reason we lost sound on the Twitch channel. I don't know what's going on with this, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't know why we lost sound on Twitch, but we still have sound on Facebook and YouTube. And Max, can you hear me? Max, you with us? Can you guys not hear me? Wait. How about now? What the hell is going on with the sound? Alright, are we working out there? Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. Now it's okay?
Yeah.
It's okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. No, there's still an echo, and it sounds robotic now.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, there's still an echo, and it sounds robotic now. Okay.
All right.
No, an echo, it sounds robotic now. Right.
All right. Yeah, I don't know why Max. We're having trouble hearing Max. But ladies and gentlemen, give me a quick moment. I'm gonna reboot the stream. So hopefully we'll get the sound back on Twitch.